Hi, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Are you ready?
You can tell, folks, we wait for Murray's facial reaction to tell when we're live.
Because I don't actually give them a 1, I always say something weird.
Yep, it's true. How is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday night? Hello, greetings.
Living the dream.
It's time for the nightmare. So it's going to begin. You can only see my left hand right now, but that's okay. Yes. So, any what's the word I'm looking for? Because it seems to have left my brain.
Announcements?
Announcements. That's the word I was looking for. Yes. Any announcements to be had?
Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time is the Christmas Roundtable. I am also forgetful today. We're just going to be talking about Christmas movies, so come check us out. Yeah, that's the only announcement for me.
It's the only major announcement.
We've got a lovely reminder that come next Monday, the 20th, the Albaron's going to be taking a holiday break. From the 20th to the 27th, we will not be producing our own entertainment, but we will be hosting others who do still produce during that time frame. So, Hans, you're in chat. Michael Howe, you're in chat. Be prepared. You're going to be hosted.
We'll be hosting you.
Boomski.
Hello.
Yeah.
I can't wait for next Tuesday, Murray.
Oh,
we're going to see a movie.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, you are, aren't you?
Anyway,
got a big old bro date with Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mandate.
It's a mandate.
There will be no Into the Nightmare next week, Tuesday, because we will be closed, which means the next time Into the Nightmare happens will be the Tuesday after. The first day we are open after being closed.
Which is the 28th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have Valheim tomorrow with Playing with Mutts. We'll have an announcement tomorrow concerning Playing with Mutts.
We actually are last Playing with Mutts for this year is the 29th.
So we're gonna wait until the 29th for that announcement?
Yeah, we'll announce it tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. We'll announce it tomorrow. So tune in for that. And then, of course, Nightbane on Saturday. Lots of big things happening. Lots of changes. Lots of fun. And Tales of Andrea on Sunday. Our favorite. So tune in.
The last one.
Yeah, the last one.
I thought we were your favorite.
Well, of course.
No, I'm feeling a little hurt here.
Now listen here. You're all my favorite.
Dude, you what? I'm not.
I love Tales of Andrea, don't get me wrong, but this is the silly one.
So this is the silly one. Tales of Andrea is a very serious one.
This is the one where I let my players do a bunch of things that most DMs would be like,
Like the weapon that Smash has got now, I would never give a level 5 that weapon.
I hope you name it one day, Smasher.
Yeah, you would have made me like drop another roll in the exactly.
I have played in broken games before, as we all know. So I'm down with this decision, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for homebrewing this for me, because it will be used against you so wholeheartedly.
Oh, good. And in case anyone is wondering, there is a very story-driven reason as to why I let my players do that. But you don't know what that is yet now, do you? Anyway.
Try and punch us later and then realize, oh no, what have I done to my characters?
That's true.
Become gods walking amongst mortals.
As you all know.
Remember Ethan said that.
Okay, let's just stop talking about it. Can we get into it now?
Yes, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and just go. Let's go. Let's just do this.
my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hello. Yeah, so quick recap. The party found their way to the matriarch. They met her and her last two children. The others were still off in Kresk. They then upgraded Smasher extensively. And Callus learned about his inevitable fate.
I'm gonna die.
He's got 3 months and 13 days. So yeah, we're coming back right at the end of last week, with Callus just having announced that he's got 3 months or so left to live, and Deshane making the announcement that in the morning they will be heading to Dagrauphym. So let's slide into the night, because something does happen. As you're all given rooms, now of course the orcs do all give you all separate rooms, but you don't have to stay in separate rooms if you don't want to, but you do all get separate rooms, including you, Smasher. They consider you a separate entity, so.
As do I.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, you guys can head off to your rooms, rest for the night, and get ready for the morning.
Yay!
So, Mixindix, who's like, no, I got partying to do.
No, I had plans for the morning that I now have to reschedule for the overnight.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yep.
So you're gonna go look for someone, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's slide over to you then, Mixinix, quickly here, as you go running off to look for Monk, who is not hard to find because people will very gladly point you in the direction to go. They lead you to it's another building area, but it's very calm, serene, and the lighting is much dimmer around here. And as you enter into a courtyard, you see sitting in the very center, cross-legged and facing the gate, is just Monk.
I tap on a surface.
He opens his eyes and looks at you and says, Mixinix, what can I do for you this evening?
We had plans for tomorrow, but apparently we're leaving tomorrow. Can we at least start some of that right now?
Absolutely. I have all night. How long do you have?
I don't sleep.
Well, there you have it. Please, join me. And he points to right in front of him.
I do so.
What he's going to do is he's going to start by just explaining to you his order of monkhood, which is literally defending anyone who cannot be defended. He chose to become a monk because when he was born as a twin with Muzz Firefist, who he points out has been trained as well as a monk. She, however, is a little bit more wild than he is and has the tendency to take off after their father more than their mother. He also tells you that since his mother has always been someone who strives to protect others, he just chose to create a sort of monkhood order around that mentality, and that is what he strives for, essentially. And then afterward, he will start showing you some. What's the term I'm looking for? It's martial arts related.
Hand-to-hand combat?
Krav Maga.
Forms.
There we go.
He shows you some forms, and that's going to end up taking all night long.
Yeah. Can I do some kind of roll to surprise him? Because I did intentionally say
Absolutely.
right hand hook while doing an uppercut. So, like, everybody thinks I'm stupid.
But you're not actually stupid.
Nope.
Okay.
And with that X down Y, you know?
Let's see. Let's go with. Let's go with. I want to say intelligence, but you would have advantage on this.
Okay.
Actually, no. Performance. At advantage.
Good. Much better. I rolled a 19, so that's 25?
25. Perfect. You do impress him. And you actually find it really easy to take on a lot of the forms he's showing you, especially since they seem to be very grounded forms. Think Muay Thai. That's the kind of fighting style he uses, is Muay Thai. So he teaches you a lot of Muay Thai-based like forms. I myself do not know Muay Thai because I am not a martial artist. And that's going to end up taking all night long. Smasher. Do you go to the room they set aside for you, or are you going to follow Callus?
That's a hard question. It's been a big day. I think I would probably start to try to follow Callus, but I would be kind of looking after he just dropped that bomb on us. Like, I'd be kind of looking to him to see what he thinks about that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Then Callus, do you want to go to your room for the night? Or rather, what do you want to do for the night?
If they put aside a room for me, I probably wouldn't use it. I would probably actually stick with Smasher. Wherever Smasher goes. Callus doesn't want to be alone right now.
So are we following each other? Is that what's happening right now?
Standing there looking at each other. And I'm like, well, I'm going wherever you're going.
Well, I've never had a room before. We could go take a look.
Okay. Like, spider climb up to that catapult platform.
Yeah, I'll just we'll go find my room.
All right. So they lead you into a building nearby to the meat hall. It's very comfortable. The moment you walk in, there's furs all across the floor that really make it nice and soft to walk on. And you notice that you don't make any noise whatsoever when you're walking on this.
Fluffy.
Yeah. The room they lead you to, it has a bed. However, it looks pretty basic. They didn't think you'd actually use the bed. But you do see, like, there's a bowl full of what looks like metal bits and whatnot. And then there's a bowl for washing hands and whatnot. They don't really know what a Warforged technically eats, so they just put the metal bits there for in case you got
that's what I was
for a snack.
I can eat any food.
Yeah.
No, hold on. No, the in character. I can eat any food.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on the metal bits. We just upgraded you massively. You don't need any more little pieces added.
Yeah, I feel like that would. I feel like that would do more more harm than good. We'll just clean that up and put that in the trash, I think.
We could just put it in the bag of holding for later.
Waste not, want not, I guess.
Exactly.
So yeah, I guess we'll contain it within the bag of holding. Just why not? We'll take some little metal bits because, you know, spare parts.
All right. Both of you make for me a perception roll.
Oh, bugger.
As Murray fixes his headphone.
They're dying.
18.
18.
Yes.
What is
That's
my
impressive.
perception?
For one of my barbs, yeah.
11.
11. Callus is a little less perceptive right now.
Yeah, well, I've got my impending death on mind.
Yeah, however, Smasher, you do notice out of the corner of your eye in that mirror, you suddenly start to see what looks like two pairs of eyes stacked on top of each other, starting to look through.
Callus.
Yeah?
The mirror. The mirror. No, not fast. Not fast. Just look at the mirror. Just slowly.
When you look, Callus, you do kind of recognize this, as you have met a cat with 4 eyes. And at this point, the mirror starts to bow out, and those eyes poke out and become a face, which then climbs out of the mirror. And there's no defining features to this face. It is literally just a silver head with those 4 eyes. And then as it finishes climbing out of the mirror, it kind of goes like this, and that silver kind of falls off. And standing before you is an old man with only 2 eyes. But you get the distinct feeling this is the first one.
I step in between Callus and whoever that is. Yeah, I'm stepping, like, I'm making sure to position myself as in between them as possible.
It's the first one.
He looks directly at you, Smasher, and says, "Ah, child of Cephas. Callus.
Stop.
How are we doing this fine evening?"
It's kind of a loaded question right now. Can we do a different one?
I'd have to agree with that.
What ammunition has caused the evening to be loaded?
Would you call it a bomb? Or a series of bombs being dropped?
I'd more like call it a meat sack that is soon to come to its expiration date.
That's graphic.
I know.
The first one nods. I'm not following, but go ahead.
I think that was it. It's just, you know, a sack of meat rotting. That's been, I mean, it was good at one point, right? But now it's like not good anymore. And even though it was good once, it's not now because of time. Right. And though it might be good again, maybe through some other method, may that be magical or otherwise, currently, this is where we're at. Right?
Yeah, prestidigitation doesn't quite fix this.
Facts, buddy.
And whose meat suit is expiring? At this, his eyes do actually get slightly wider, and there's a flash of purple. And Callus, you feel as if someone has looked deeper into you than you've ever been seen before.
Consent is important.
Consent is very important.
His eyes narrow again, and he goes, "How did I miss that the first time we met?"
There were a lot of spiders around. A lot of people are scared of spiders.
Spiders don't bother me. I was mostly curious about you as an individual. did not think to look deeper. Well, this is disconcerting since I brought you here. What do you plan on doing about it?
Well,
Admittedly, Gallus, I was going to ask you the same thing. Like, we have to come up with a plan.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I just thought I needed more research, and the best place to find the research is where I come from. If any of it's still left. Depends on whether or not the filth there has burned it all down yet.
Can't we try to go there? You know where that is.
I know where it is. I just gotta jerry-rig the key first. We can get
Key?
there. Yeah, this
What
one.
key?
Pull out the key and show him. It only takes us to Cephas right now, but I'm pretty sure I can just get it to poof us to Dagrauphym instead. I know a door and a house. Just need a connection to be made.
You notice that the first one, he looks at the key, kind of seems to become unconcerned by it, and then looks back at you, Callus, and says, "Well, best of luck to you, but you may not make it."
Well, you could always take us there too.
He smiles at you, and there's no joy in his smile.
But
And he
would
says,
you make it?
"When
just
I
got
brought you
used to
here,
that.
I didn't intend to ever let you leave."
Then forget everything we just said. We have no intentions of ever leaving. We're gonna stay here forever. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Alice, we have to... I thought we just talked about this. We have to go down.
Well, yeah, but
That's the only...
if he's planning on stopping us, if he doesn't know that we're gonna leave, he can't stop us.
I needn't to do anything, Callus, to stop you because I do not think it's possible for you to leave.
Oh.
But, if you do, I'll be most interested to see it happen.
Well, then do you know of a facility here?
He thinks for a moment, and, there is one place in Ravenloft as a whole, but not here in Barovia. If you want to find that facility, should you not be able to leave, like I expect, find an individual known as Gigic. He has tokens, and if he's unwilling to part with them, tell him that I order it. And he will. And he will know which one to give you.
Literally, basically, none of that makes sense, but okay.
I agree. How do tokens help? I have questions.
They will give you passage through the mists.
Oh. So that actually helps, Callus.
It does?
I think that actually helps.
Well, there's other ways to get to different places. It's called playing our shift.
A lot of the time, those magics just simply don't work here.
This place sucks.
This place does kind of suck.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Why do you think I've been using it?
But you don't
smiles.
suck. You're pretty cool.
You've actually been pretty helpful.
Yeah.
And if you do succeed at leaving Ravenloft, Callus, I hope you find what you're looking for.
I hope so too, otherwise I'll be dead in 3 months.
He touches the mirror, and as you say 3 months, his hand almost hesitates right before he touches the mirror. And make an insight roll for me, both of you.
Oh, goody tissues. My insight sucks. How's yours, Smasher?
Normally, my insight is pretty okay, but today it's probably pretty smashing.
Oh. So sick.
That would be a roll of a 19 for a total of 23.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Oh, Smasher.
Perceptive and insightful today.
Wow.
What up, statistic?
You get from this cosmic being that has dragged people places and has been imprisoning things, you get fear. Actual fear when he says 3 months. And then he disappears into the mirror and is gone.
Okay, first note, we gotta figure out how to do that. That's cool.
Absolutely not wrong. Did you catch that as he was going? Did you see what I saw?
Catch what?
When you said when you said 3 months, like, I mean, he was subtly but like physically shaken. Like, what do you think happens in 3 months?
I don't know, but if it's got someone who can take people from other places and bring them to brand new places and controls an entire plane of his own, yeah, we should probably be physically shaken too.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. If he's afraid, we should probably be really afraid. But of what? You know?
Honestly, my mind is entirely focused on my impending doom, so
Me too, buddy.
it's a little harder to be afraid of something else than my own death.
I mean, upside is this is something really scary is gonna happen. Like, you might have to go through it.
Who knows? Maybe I can expire in a more noble and fun way.
Well, hey, look, your expiration date's dud like mine.
Yeah, what kind of luck do we have these days?
Actually, if you think back at our adventure so far, like a lot.
It's been a lot. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. A whole lot.
So we'll just, let's just keep on going, bud, That's all we got.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's what I'm talking about.
Boof. The boys are back in town!
I knew this was coming.
There were private messages that were just sent back and forth. So that's all that will happen to the two of you for tonight. All right, until you fall asleep, cows.
I'll make an potion first, then fall asleep.
I'm gonna clean my guns one at a time and then go to bed.
Are you going to do that in your room?
Yes.
All right. When you head to your room, standing outside the front door is the matriarch's companion, Guardian. And he's just leaning there. Cigarette currently rolled. And as you approach, he watches Duchesne.
Do I know his name? Because I don't know his name.
Guardian. He is literally called Guardian. Mm-hmm.
Evening.
So, what does an individual such as yourself, or rather, how does an individual such as yourself find themselves here?
Walked here.
You literally walked here.
Yeah.
You notice he's really looking at you, and then he says, "If I were to say the name Marshall, or Wayne, or Tyrius, would any of that make sense?"
I've known a few marshals in my life.
Roll a history roll for me.
Oh no, my dice aren't even out, folks. A history, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's 16. 12 on the
16.
dice.
Nice. In your travels, being from the universe you're from, you actually would have heard of a marshal, most specifically referred to as the lone marshal, known as Wayne Tyrius. But you've never met him or anyone who's actually met him. You've only ever heard of him.
I say the same thing.
He nods and goes, Well, that's all. But should you run into him, would you tell him Guardian sends his regards and would like to have a conversation?
Will do.
I only ask this because he looks you up and down. People like you have the tendency to attract his attention. And then he stands upright, cracks his neck. Good evening. And he leaves.
Long days and pleasant nights, I say, and I step forward and open up the door to my room.
It's pretty much like Smashers. It's pretty nice. It's basic, but it's pretty nice. And the bed isn't anything really too much, but it's probably more comfortable than what you're used to sleeping on.
Okay. Yeah.
You can clean your guns and everything.
I do all that.
All right. Everyone except for Mixie Nix is going to end up with a full night's rest because Mixie Nix is learning a thing or two. Callus, while you're sleeping, a familiar vision comes to mind. You see that black, inky pool again. And across the way is that little goblin girl. Sort of just kneeling at the pool, her hand just barely above the surface, going back and forth. And you can almost hear a cooing come from her. Almost. There's no actual vocalization. It's just a feeling, really.
It's like when you can tell a cat's purring even though you can't hear that the cat is purring.
That's actually exactly what I was getting at. That is 100% it.
I'll just stand there and wait.
She does not notice you this whole time. However, after about 5 minutes of standing there, the pool starts to ripple and some black tentacles start to come out and just kind of float. And then she steps onto one of them and it lifts her. And then she sits cross-legged and for the first time notices you. And you see her kind of go. And then in your head you hear, "How are you here?"
It's taking every fiber in my being not to kill you right now. But I'm wondering the same thing.
At saying that, the tentacles form up, kind of blocking any access you'd have to her. You can still see her, but it's almost like they would try and stop any physical attack against her. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry."
It's not you. You're a goblin. I hate goblins.
She kind of nods and goes, "Yeah, goblins not so kind."
No, they're not. But I was recently told not all goblins are bad, so... little willpower. I'm just not full of willpower right now.
"Oh, I sorry again. I Kisa."
I'm Cal Willis. Cal Willis, wow. Long day. It's been a long day. I am Cal Will Shimmerpop, second of the name.
"It's nice to meet you."
Cal. Callus. My name's Callus.
Callus.
You can call me Cal, though. That might be a cool
Cal.
nickname.
Cal fun.
Cal is fun. Well, I used to be.
Can I help?
You can find me a new meat sack to occupy.
Oh.
This one's dying.
Oh. I ask around. Maybe if we see each other again, I have answer.
That'd be nice. Any research you have would be cool.
What is research?
It's the study of stuff. At this point, I'm going to start trying to step into the pool and see if the same thing happens so I can get a little closer so I can sit cross-legged on the other side of the barrier.
You do actually, the tentacles do give you a platform to sit cross-legged on and put you right across from her. Though you do also get the feeling that they are still protectively guarding her against you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I know study. Yeah, I study. I study Friend's hair, her back, everything about her. She's so nice.
Who's your friend?
Muna.
Is Muna like you? She a gobby?
No, she much bigger, much cooler.
Orc?
And much nicer. No, I not know what Muna is, but she's very pretty.
Fluffy?
Her hair is.
Well, all hair's fluffy. Well, sort of, actually, most of the time. I met a lion once where his hair wasn't so fluffy. It was dumb.
Oh. What's a lion?
It's like a big upright cat. Not a tabaxi.
Oh.
Different one. They have, they're different. They have, I don't know how to explain the difference without getting into the genomes.
Like first one?
No. The first one's more like the tabaxi cat, but they only have 2 eyes instead of 4 eyes.
Oh, tabaxi. That's a cool word. I like cats.
I do too. I like spiders more, though.
Ooh, spiders.
They're friendlier.
Yeah.
More useful. They'll actually hunt for useful food for you.
They bring me bugs that taste yummy.
Yeah, bugs are pretty good. I don't know why more people don't eat them.
Right? I don't eat spiders, though. Even though they do taste good, I don't eat spiders.
You've eaten a spider before?
It was accident.
Oh, okay. I read somewhere on average that the living being eats an average of around 13 spiders in their lifetime while they're sleeping.
Oh, that's sad.
The chain wakes
But
up
tasty.
from his sleep. That's a myth. What?
What? Wait a minute.
You just start seeing fake news swirl in Smasher's eyes.
Smasher's eyes. Fake news. She's buying it. I don't know how you hear, but it's nice to have conversation.
Sorry, I got lost in my impending doom again.
It okay. Sometimes when one knows one's fate, it's hard to really focus on anything else.
Hey, you know any way I can get to Dagrauphym?
Is Dagrauphym a blade?
No, it's a place where I came from.
Oh. Maybe?
Where
Do
are
you have means?
I have a means to get from one place to another.
I from a dark place, not friendly place. Goblins, they're no good. But I currently in a place called York.
I don't know where that is.
Neither do I really.
Unless you put the word new in front of it.
I've never heard of that either.
But
this one's not new. New things happening here, but not new. Old. But maybe
How am I here?
I don't know.
This is
I
just
don't
a
really know how
dream.
I hear either, though, because I'm sleeping now.
Oh, see, me too.
So we both sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we
this
have,
must
like,
be a dream
connection?
plane.
Is weird.
I'm going to do an Arcana check.
Go for it. She's actually going to do the exact same thing. No, actually, she's going to give you assistance on that, so you have advantage.
Thank you. The ducky dice are betraying me today. all they're saying is nope.
This is the
Okay, that's
longest
better,
conversation
that's
Keith
better.
has ever had.
That's 23.
Except with Mina. 23. Yeah, someone is connecting the two of you on purpose, and you can actually tell. It's not the first one. But it is similar to the first one. And you can tell that, Callus.
Well, Kiki, either someone wants us to be friends, or someone's got some malicious intent going in play.
Oh. Oh, that's not good. Malicious not fun.
No.
Malicious.
So let's hope they just want us to be friends.
Malicious.
Maybe they're trying to teach me a lesson, because I did just try to think about killing a bunch of goblins.
I don't blame you.
Good. To be fair, my friend Mixie Kid convinced me that killing goblins isn't necessarily the first reaction to have. So, I'm giving a different shot for a different realm. When you only got 3 months to live, you gotta learn.
Only 3 months?
Yep.
But I only be here for 3 months already.
Yeah, think about that. The time you've been here is how much time I've got left.
Oh. Oh no. But we just become friends. I don't want you to die. That's sad.
To be fair, I don't want to die either. It's like
Well.
I'm just learning who I am.
She starts digging around in her pouches and such, and you hear like scratching noises, and then she pulls out like this moldy, stale piece of bread and just goes, ooh. And keeps digging. It tasty. And then she pulls out a coin, and it's like it's just a copper coin, but on it is on one side of it is a four-eyed cat creature, which you recognize as the first one.
Yeah, it's the first
and
one.
Then on the other side of it is it's kind of hard to explain what it looks like, but it almost looks like a whirlpool that's spinning both directions.
Trippy.
And then she hands it over to you.
Puts it in the barrier transports it through.
What's this gonna
Maybe
do?
that help. I don't know. I just kind of thought, hey, do I have anything for my new friend? And that came to mind, so maybe it helped.
Wait, hang on.
I'm gonna shift through my stuff. And pull out the mandible of a giant wolf spider.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, actually, here, you can take this one too. Likelihood is I won't get around to using it.
I'll take the potion as well. Potion for turning into a giant wolf spider, and I'll put them both in the barrier and have it poured it over. And
I make potions and turn into animals and stuff. That's my sample of a giant wolf spider. And that's a potion that turns me into it. I haven't met anyone else who can stomach them. If you can, I'll be impressed. You ate a moldy piece of bread, so your stomach can handle more than most already.
Thank you.
It only
I
lasts a day.
cherish. I will use it in dire circumstance.
Yeah. Like, if you need to climb somewhere and you know the person who is trying to kill you can't climb.
Yes.
Though, to be fair, if this is a dream realm, then we're not going to wake up with these things.
but it's the thought that counts. By the way, she has not vocalized any of this. This has all been in your head.
After dealing with red eyes, Callus is used to it.
This is true. This is probably a normal day in life for Callus.
Yeah. True, actually. Yeah. Normal day in life.
It's at about this point that the dream starts to fade. And you can see she's actually also fading, and she goes, "Oh no, bye. I hope I see you again."
Bye, Kiki.
And then it's dark. Faye, you get a full night's regiment in of training. So next level, if you want.
What?
2 more levels. Perfect.
On level 7.
There we go. All right. And then everyone starts to wake up. It is now the morning. Callus, in the palm of your hand is a copper coin. The very one she gave you in the dream.
What the fuck? Search through the bag and see if that sample's gone.
Your mandible and the potion are gone.
I should have told her that was from the elder spider. Oh. Oh well.
I'm sitting in the room. I'm sure, just in my little sentry mode. I'm assuming he's not being any stealthy at all.
no.
So he's probably just like waking up and going, "The fuck." So I'll come out of my little sleep mode, rest mode, whatever, and just be like,
What's the matter, Callus?
You remember those visions we had in the tower?
Yes.
I just
Yes?
had a revisit of mine. I saw that strange goblin girl again. I took your guys' advice and tried to be friendly. She's pretty cool. She gave me this. And, yeah, I know. Dream realm, physical,
Well,
it's here. Strange.
Not exactly an expert on how humans dream, but I'm pretty sure generally things don't come through the dream, but like magic's a thing. Okay, I'm cool with that actually.
Yeah, considering everything that's been happening to us all in the past while, yeah, I'm pretty cool with it too.
Not one of the worst things. Okay, so you have a magic coin. Did she tell you what it did?
Yep. We should probably go find the others.
That's when you hear a knock on the door.
Spider climb to the catapult and start ritual casting, identifying the coin.
I'll go and open the door.
In 10 minutes from now, I'll tell you what that does.
Okie dokie.
It's time. Are you ready?
Time to leave already?
No, it's time to make a plan. Then we leave.
Oh, you should be more descriptive when you talk. Callus is in the middle of doing a thing right now. 10 minutes? Probably it's ritual cat. He's doing magic. So 10. Give us 10, and then
I'm gonna shut the door.
I'm gonna ask through the door. Callus, is there a way to turn down his sass, I guess?
Can't talk, focusing.
Bring it down to 70%. And then I turn and I try and find Faye.
Do you ask around as to where Faye might be? Okay. You very quickly get directions to the they call it a monastery. It's really not a monastery, but they do call it a monastery.
Okay.
And it's a nice place. As you're arriving, there are other orcs who are learning the ways arriving. And you can see Monk and Mixinix currently in the middle of the courtyard just finishing up.
Okay, I'm going to wait for her to notice me and come over as soon as she's done.
When they finish,
She just keeps learning that one move until she's perfected it.
When you guys finish the current run of things, Monk looks down at you, Mixinix, and says, I believe you have a talent for this sort of thing.
Not quite my first time doing some of this.
Well, you keep practicing and you will be very skilled in very little time. And I am always here should you want more lessons.
Yeah, we'll probably need to maybe work on some of the head stuff.
Exactly. All right. It looks like your friend has arrived.
Morning!
I just tipped my hat. I have rolled a cigarette and I am waiting for you.
I
Excellent.
did come with all my stuff, so I just grab my bag and I'm probably putting on my armor, to be honest.
Yeah. Take a few moments to do that. Callus, quickly, since it would be about 10 minutes at this point, the coin she has given you, there is a faint hint of magic to it. It's not normal kind of magic by any means whatsoever. So the kind of magic you get from it is divine, essentially. You have the feeling that using this coin when at the edge of the mist, it might take you somewhere else in Ravenloft. But you're not sure where yet.
Yeah. Useless for now.
So Smasher waits until times it exactly to the mark 10 minutes to know when he'd be perfectly done. And as soon as he hits that mark,
Gallus, am I being sassy?
I didn't think so.
Honestly, I thought what I said kind of reminded me of you.
Wait, does that mean I'm sassy?
Are we sassy, Gallus?
I thought we were cool.
I think we're cool. Maybe Shane's the one being sassy. I mean, 2 versus 1, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
I think
majority
Shane's
rules.
the
Majority
sassy
rules.
one.
Maybe we'll talk to Mixie about this.
We should probably ask
We should
Mixie.
go though. We should. I mean, he sounded really serious this time.
Then yeah, we should probably head over there. I know what the coin does now. Maybe not too useful now. It might be useful to get us back here.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it another way.
Yeah. Well, actually, I need to figure out this key. I'm gonna pull the key out and ritual cast identifying the key now.
I'm gonna pick him up and put him on my back.
Already spider climbed to the platform.
Yeah, he's already up there.
Okay, then we're going. Then we're walking. We're gather my stuff.
We're walking. Yeah. Perfect. All right. It'll be about 10 minutes by the time you guys meet up with the others. You two over there doing anything now that you have met up? Dishane and Mixinix.
So, how'd you sleep? Did you sleep?
Slept well. I see that you haven't.
Nope. I'll be fine though. I slept a lot recently. More than I normally do.
I just kind of nodded my head.
And you see a Smasher in the distance approaching with a Callus on his back. Callus, as the 4 of you meet up, Callus, the magic it has is, hold on, what kind of magic does Dimension Door do? I didn't look this up before I actually did this. Excuse me.
Dimension door is necromancy? Maybe?
Necromancy.
Divination?
No, it's conjuration.
Conjuration. Necromancy. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know
very
all the healing
confused.
stuff's necromancy, which is kind of weird. I just figured like dimension door, like door to the hell. I don't know. We don't have to have this conversation.
The kind of magic the key gives off is conjuration magic. You get the feeling that basically what it does is a more refined, more easy to use dimension door between doors specifically.
Huh. Dimensional doors. That's cool.
You also get a tingling while you're looking at it that kind of wants you to mess with the dials a little bit and twist them around. And as you do, you notice there's so much potential with how these could be set up. There's almost 1,000 different there's more than 1,000 different combinations you could put together with this. One side of it is basically one of the dials you can tell
Dial home.
is more or less connected to universes. Another of the dial is locations within said universe, like worlds almost. And the final two solidify where in that world, what door in that world you go to. And with that knowledge, you might be able to make it to Dagrauphym.
Did you just give us a Stargate?
I think he just gave us a handheld Stargate key.
I feel like it was a Stargate key.
I mean, the keys are actually designed off of the Stargate.
Oh, well,
and when I say that, I mean that literally, just saying. Anyway.
So, the configuration it was in, gonna keep that one in mind and be like, okay, so these little bits go in these places, and then I'm gonna try to finagle it.
Go for it.
To make it the right one.
It's intelligence for this one, that's for sure. I don't know if it's anything specific, though.
Is there any way I could give him the health action on this? I'm mechanical. I'm not smart, but I'm mechanical. I have 0 intelligence. Can I justify it?
I doubt it.
I mean...
It's okay. No, you can say no. It's fine. I was just trying to stretch.
I don't think you can.
You don't get anything you don't ask for. I just wanted to try.
But yeah, no, it's an intelligence roll for you.
Okie dokie. You know what?
Oh, I got a justification. It was made by the same person that made me.
I mean, you're not wrong on that one.
Good heavens, why didn't it do that? Ugh. My spells went back to what they were.
Bastards.
I know. Stupid little bastards. Where is... I shouldn't have that one prepared. Should have a different one prepared.
My girlfriend got burritos from this place. I forget what it's called, but fire. Goodness gracious, this is good shit right here.
Delicious foods. We love delicious foods.
Where is Blur? I don't want Blur. Blur is a level 2, that's right. That's right.
Yep, that one's level 2.
Should be. There we go.
You know what?
I keep... I would
Guidance.
Guidance? Oh.
You just got guidance.
I was also enhance ability.
Yeah,
which is I think it's Owl's wisdom I need.
I think.
Double up.
No, not Owl's wisdom.
No, Fox's cunning. Fox's
cunning. Yeah, that's
Fox's cunning gives me advantage.
Yeah. So there you go.
And a D4.
Yeah.
Smashy, you don't have to worry about anything. He's got advantage now.
Thank the heavens.
I wasn't just looking at my wild magic table to see if any of my rages would help.
Okay, just straight intelligence.
Yeah, +5.
So plus the 5. Whew. All right, 19.
19. That is just enough, actually. You, as you're clicking through that first dial, you get to a point where you look at it and almost like a spark of understanding clicks, and you're like, that's the same universe Dagrauphym's in. That's Dagrauphym when you twitch the second dial. And then you're like, these two, super easy for Callus to figure out what those ones are. It's like kind of like coordinates on a map, and you know exactly where the door you're looking for is.
Spent a lot of time under the sky, the stars above. I think I got it.
That was an 18 you had to beat, by the way.
Oh, your guidance is what saved me. I rolled a 17. Guidance gave me +2. I've not been rolling well with the D20 so far.
With a cantrip.
Nice.
Concentration for up to an hour. Sweet. I have that for an hour. Yay. Okay. Well, that was one of my level 2 spell slots. So, hey, what's the plan? What do we got?
I was waiting on you.
I'm pretty sure I know how to get back here. Afterwards, I got a strange coin from a strange goblin in a vision dream thing. I don't know what it was. It was weird.
Smash was just nodding along.
But it'll take us back to somewhere in Ravenloft. Also, I think I configured the key correctly. I should probably write down what configurations we're at so we can get back to Cephas when needed.
What's your world like? How should we prepare?
It's a little... How do you say corrupt? But in a polite way. Like, people are polite, but they'll try to steal from you as much as possible.
Backstabbing?
Yeah, that's the one.
Conniving, maybe?
Conniving. Conniving's brilliant for that. They don't like the king much.
So then they're king knifing. No?
No, I don't think they're king knifing yet.
We'll follow your lead, kid. Whenever you're ready.
Mixie? Got everything you need?
For now, I definitely will need to come back.
Well, we've got something shiny to bring us back, so that won't be a problem. It was the getting there that was the worry, but I think I got it.
Remember, anywhere we go that has a lockable door, we can just come back to now. Just say the word.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure we configure it correctly.
Tell us, are you saving addresses?
Yeah, I'm gonna write them down.
Pull out a notebook and start writing down the addresses. The two that
The first address, yeah. The first address is to Cephas. The second one to your place in Mule.
Address book. We've got the address for Cephas and the address for my friends in Mool. There we go.
Well, and now we have the address for your home.
Yeah, that's my friends in Mool.
That's the friends in.
Oh, is that the move? Oh, gotcha.
Mool, yeah.
Well, then here is where we're at right now, as well.
I mean, technically, you don't have the address for here specifically because Cephas reconfigured the address on the key to come back to him.
Gotcha.
So all we need is, like, coordinates?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can I do a survival check, please?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, if anyone else wants to, they can as well.
You know what? Actually, can I
Or
give
give
you
advantage.
can I aid you? Give you advantage?
Yeah. There you go.
My survival's garbage.
Thank you. You saved me from a 2.
Oh, good.
17.
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you have the coordinates for this location. In fact, you can get the coordinates specifically for the door to where you guys stayed at. Which means you can pretty easily, basing it off of what you know and how close it was to Cephas's location, you can get the whole gate for coming directly back to this, to Orkin.
Nice. I love this. We've got a star key.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
That is a very powerful artifact.
Star key.
Don't lose it.
I'm gonna drop it first chance I get.
Can we build it physically into me so that you have to cut off my
could.
arm?
Yeah, you could actually do that.
Like the robot
little-
from Fifth Element. It just pops out of the
Yeah.
finger.
Or like RoboCop, it's just like chink.
Basic.
Stabbed in the hip.
I would like it to do 1d4 piercing damage.
It won't do that though. It's too small. It does like
Phrasing.
2 piercing damage.
Half. Fine, half.
You know what's not too
1d4.
small?
You know what does 2 piercing damage?
Let's keep on. Okay, either roll credits or keep on going. We're either rolling credits or keeping on going. You just gotta keep it moving.
Yeah. All right, so you guys gonna use that key now, or are you gonna wait until later?
Should we say bye to the red eyes and the matriarch?
You should at least get breakfast.
That's a great idea.
Agreed.
Everyone's like, yes.
The food here is
You go get
amazing.
breakfast.
And it's not cooked by a goblin. Though, Mixie, I met a goblin in my dreams last night, and she was pretty cool. We came up with a name, Cal. That's my nickname.
That's adorable.
I called her Kiki. I don't actually remember what her name was. That's why I called her Kiki.
That's adorable.
Horse
All
meat.
right.
Hey, get a goblin friend. I'm
That was a
so
horse
proud
getting
of
executed,
you.
folks, in the background. I don't know if you heard that sound effect.
That was
pretty good.
Okay, so food.
Yeah.
Follow our noses?
Yeah, the meat hole is smelling pretty delicious right now.
I want to go straight to the kitchens and talk to the cooks.
All right. Anyone else following her, or are you guys gonna go into the meat hole itself?
I'm going to eat.
I think
Meat
we're
hole
going to
itself.
eat as well.
Yeah, meat
Meat hole itself. The table, like the night before with the feast, has been displayed or set up with like all sorts of different breakfast foods, eggs of various kinds, some bigger than most. Though you do see chicken egg, mostly scrambled. There's sausages. There's bacon. There's pancakes. There's some very viscous fluids. That's syrup and honey. And lots of fruit spreads as well. Mixing Nix in the kitchen itself, it is bustling with activity, and you see a very fat orc currently directing other orcs around. At the moment, there are no goblins in the kitchen.
Is there any way I can help?
The orc suddenly turns around and hello, yes. No, too many cooks in the kitchen at the moment, actually.
Can you teach me some recipes then?
Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, I could do one better. I've been itching for this. Would you like a recipe book?
Yes, please.
I'll sign it. And you see him suddenly dive into this bookcase that is full of like these leather-bound books, pulls one out, And he goes, "Oh, yes, finally." And he opens it and he signs, and I'm taking this right out of Skyrim, guys. He signs it as the gourmet. And then he hands it over to you. And he goes, "I have come up with so many different recipes for so many different foods, and I've just wanted to give someone one of these books. So please, use it, abuse it, show others it, do all sorts of things, and tell them that I am Rasp the Gourmet."
Rasp?
With the TH at the end. Rasp. Rasp. It's hard
I will
to say.
do that. And I'm going to tell you now, my boys love your cooking.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. So very glad. And as per the matriarch's request, not a goblin touched these. Though I will admit to you that some of my goblin chefs are quite a bit better than my orc chefs. He glares over at this corner of chefs that you could just tell are making a mess of things more than helping, and they've been kind of banished to the corner.
Are you sure you don't want me to, replace them? I promise I'm competent.
No, trust me, I do have too many cooks right now. Literally, even when the goblins are here, I have too many cooks, which is why I put them over in that corner.
Okay.
So please, go eat, relax.
Do you know how to make French
and
toast?
Enjoy. I do. Would you like me to make you
Yes,
some?
please.
Coming right up, darling.
Thank you.
And he's gonna make this himself.
I make a out loud noise when I see the honey, and I walk up to the table, and I'm sure it's got that honeycomb scoop thing, and I let it drizzle, and I'm like, the bees aren't dead here. And I look around.
There's
Smasher. I was gonna say Smasher comes up down the line and just has a plate and picking up a bunch of stuff, literally one of everything, and just piling it on his own plate, just looking to try everything, and pulls the cone kind of not out of your hand, but kind of douses it, tips it onto the top of my food, with his pancakes and steak, right, and just goes, "What's bees?" And then goes sits down.
Keep talking. I keep looking at the honey.
Climb off Smasher at that point and go over to Deshane. The bees are dead in your world?
For a long time.
Do you have
and then
flowers?
I put the honey right on the bacon, and I go.
Yeah. Mixinix, you walk in on him doing this.
You see that? Turn around and go back to the kitchen. Got any spare honey?
Oh, we have so much honey. Someone get me a jar of honey. And then an orc comes up to the chef and tries to give it to him. He goes, "No, not me, you fool, her. Give it to her."
Then
he turns around and he hands you the honey. And it's a jar about this big, by the way. There's a lot of honey in there.
Perfect.
Hey,
Put that in my bag. They don't need to know I have it. Surprise, surprise.
Shane,
Repeat your question.
It kind of occurs to me that we don't know much about your world. You were saying that there were muties. There's this thing called radiation. What happened?
My world moved on. Unlike this one. I look around and I look at all of the beings too. There's a ton of people in here.
Yeah, orcs, lots of orcs. They're all eating and loving it.
To answer your question, there are some flowers, not many.
What do you mean moved on?
I just kind of it. To me, that it encompasses the whole thing. To Deshane's lexicon, it's like that is an explanation in and of itself, so he doesn't really know how to respond.
So Smasher's shoving food in his mouth and says to Callus,
And he says we're the ones that are sassy. What does that even mean?
I would agree that this is sass, but there's a tone of sadness. And I don't think sass has sadness in it. I think it's meant for humor.
I think you both misunderstand what sass means.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
I'm picking up some honey bacon. And I'm continuing the conversation with Callus, but I am also like,
oh, it's delicious. It's probably the best bacon you've ever had. And then, how long does it usually take to make French toast?
If it's a good chef, not long.
Not long? Okay, so not long after you come back into this room, Mixinix, the gourmet comes in. The gourmet.
If you're making in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can get it down to 7 if you use the right bread. Thicker the bread, the harder it is to make.
This week on Nightmare the Nightmare, we're going to go ahead and teach you how to make French toast the right way.
Exactly.
The right way.
Or
You
the
need
alternative
cinnamon
way
and
for people
vanilla,
who
everyone.
can't eat a lot of egg.
Exactly.
I can make 15 pieces of French toast with 1 egg in my French toast.
Whew. That actually sounds pretty good, not gonna lie.
Good applaud you on that
just
one.
enough to batter it. That really sounds good. My mouth is drooling now, excuse me.
Mine too.
So-
Stop talking about that.
Yeah, so he comes in and he's got a massive plate full of French toast on his in one hand and more syrups in the other. And he comes in and he expertly maneuvers his massive girth around the whole room. Occasionally an orc goes, "Ooh, what's that?" And he lowers it so that he can grab a couple pieces, and then he comes over and he places it in front of you, Mixinix, and he goes, "There you are, French toast. Hopefully
Thank
cooked
you.
exactly to what you find as perfection."
What's French?
I was
word.
thinking
It's
it's French.
I was thinking about this, and it's a style of cooking because
Yeah.
you also have like different types of cuts. So
Yeah, French cut. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a word to describe a certain style in which the food has been cooked.
I know what
Or
that
prepared.
is.
Or
That's
prepared,
good.
yes, indeed. Yes.
Shane, you should
Feel
make sure you
free.
try some of that too. Definitely with the honey.
Mhm.
Hey, have you got cinnamon and sugar with curated milk? Some people call it butter.
Don't I? And he looks down the table quickly.
Wait, I don't need the butter for that. I could just use honey.
Gonna start
A
prepping.
glare suddenly comes across his face, and he goes, "Next time you are around, my dear little gnome friend, I may want you in my kitchen." And he kind of marches off, and you get the feeling he's about to go give someone a lecture.
I offered to help.
Here, Deshane, you should try this.
I try it.
It's
What is it?
cinnamon sugar toast made with honey.
I fucking.
There was definitely cinnamon sugar on the table that you were able to find, Callus. So, just no butter, apparently.
I like how you get a kick out of food.
Trust me, you wouldn't like to eat the food where I come from.
So, Deshane, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You were like referencing orcs as muties, and you didn't quite understand that there are different races. You do know I'm not a human, right? I'm not just a short human.
Now I do.
Hey, I'm not a human either.
I say with my mouth full.
Yes, well, you're a robot. And he's a changeling.
I believe that the correct term is Warforged. I believe robot is our word.
Excuse me.
No problem.
And he's a changeling.
Callus,
like
are you a human?
I'm sopping up egg yolk in toast, and I'm like...
Callus, are you a human?
I'm pretty sure I'm not. Look, I lift up one of my arms and you get this, there's like this netted membrane that's connected between the arm and the body. I'm like, I don't know any humans who have this. And I don't know any humans that can climb.
Can I do an intelligence check to see if I know what he is?
Go for it.
Okay. Don't fail me now. Hey! That's a 21.
Oh.
So, you know for a fact he's not human. But you also know for a fact you have never, ever heard of or seen anything like Callus before. He is quite literally the first of his kind you've ever met. Or even heard of.
Well, since we don't know what you are, do you want to name yourself? Your species? Just like how we named you named Snow something different?
Well, Callus is thinking, Smasher's shuffling more food down the table and like shoving some into Deshane's plate as well, while he's stuffing himself.
All of this food, by the way, is absolutely amazing. Also, someone comes out and you see people laying out several places where butter is to be put. Someone has finally figured out that their job was not finished.
Yay. From the mapping of my DNA that I've been able to do, there are 2 races I don't know what are, and 4 that I do know what are. Guess I'm a hybrid of some sort. But hybrid's just a boring name for a race. I guess I morph into different creatures. You can call me a morpher. But then that's just not quite right either, because technically I'm just a mix and here.
Can we call you a mixie?
A mixie.
I kind of like that a little bit, but well, watch. I take a bunch of the foods and I put it into a bowl and I just mash it all together. Like, I'm kind of like this.
I reach over and I grab the bowl and I take a spoon.
Stop eating it.
It's still absolutely delicious, by the way.
Only please don't eat me. I'm not food.
Morphid?
Morphid?
Morphid, that works too.
Morphid would work. I like that. That's one of the reasons I want to go to Dagrauphym, is so I can find a book and learn what my actual race is. Because there's one specific signature that is constant everywhere I look. And from all the samples I've picked up, I haven't been able to find it. Not even in the first one's blood. Or Cephas's. Or yours, Deshane. I thought maybe for a second you might be it, but didn't find that either. Though your signature is in my blood. Not yours, Mixie. Not a gnome's. Please don't eat me.
Oh, that's good. It's good.
Oh, you guys are trying to kill me tonight. I love it.
Time for a Donner Party Christmas. Am I right, folks?
One puts
Wendigo
the lotion
season.
on one's skin. Yes, Wendigos.
It'll be our own little version of Survivor.
Ravenous. Call out to a really good movie that nobody has ever seen.
I actually think I might have seen that one. Anyway,
Back on point.
Callus, if we're going where you came from, is there any adult that we may encounter that I shouldn't try to punch in the nearest body part?
The door that we're going to is actually a friend. She took me in and took care of me for the first time. I kind of stumbled into the city, a little disheveled and out of all kinds of sorts. She fed me and took care of me. It's her husband who's the one that lost all the time. But we're gonna go there first, and then we gotta go to the other place. Basically, any of the adults that we meet first off, don't kill them.
I'm not gonna kill them, but there might be some knee-jerk responses.
Plus, all the adults who did nasty things to me, I'm pretty sure are all dead and already eaten by the goblins.
They better hope so.
If they're
If
not,
I'll
you
make
get
sure.
first kick.
I'll make sure they find their joy.
If they can find joy in
might hurt.
Huh?
If you're gonna help them find joy, oh, that's a morbid thought. If you're gonna help them find joy in death, I would want you to help me find joy in my death too.
You are not dying.
Let's hope not.
I have 100% belief that you are not going to die.
Me
At
too.
least, not anytime soon. We all die eventually, but we're going to make your eventually way longer than what you think it is.
I agree with 87% accuracy.
Death is only the beginning. I don't know.
Because at this point,
What?
So you're starting to sound like Deshane.
No.
If
he's-
Caw wills it, I say, as I slide my plate forward.
it is at this point that Muzz Firefist walks in, and all the orcs in the building go quiet for about a split second, and then start talking again. She looks around, sees you guys, comes marching over, sits down, then looks over you and Mixie and goes, "How did you train all night long after drinking so much alcohol?"
I didn't even sleep. How are you feeling this morning? Are you okay?
What the?
Do you
Oh,
need
I'm fine. No, I'm good. I've never had a hangover.
Insight check.
Good.
Inside check, go for it.
That's a 9.
As far as you can tell, she does not currently have a hangover.
Dang.
At least she's not acting like she does. However, she does start piling her plate on pretty high and scarfing food down. And in between mouthfuls, she'll swallow and go, "Well, you're one of my new heroes now, little gnome. I've never seen anyone drink nearly that much, especially not those alcohols. Excuse me. And let me tell you, after listening to my brother talk about your form and everything, I can't wait for you to come back."
I have a new drinking buddy. You are the closest person to keeping up with me.
I'll be right back.
Breakfast beer.
You can thank my father for that.
I walk over to her with a glass, stepping on the table, stepping over the food and everything, and like,
Breakfast ale.
Ooh, thank you so much. Glug, 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 glug.
Fill up.
Oh, that was good. And she continues on like that for a while.
Mixie just pulls a bottle of wine out. You don't drink ale in the morning.
Edgar did. Maybe that's why he lost all the time, though.
Lost what? You said
His
that twice now.
duels. He always lost his duels. Someone
Like-
catch that fly.
Honestly, it's been bothering me for quite some time.
Dex checks! For catching the fly.
What if I just shot this thing out of the air?
Are we just using dexterity? Are we using just dexterity?
Yeah, just straight deck check.
Next.
Just raw dex.
That's 20, not nat.
16.
23.
Oh,
I rolled a
man.
19.
To see who catches. So, jumping.
So, Mixinix does actually catch this fly.
I've been working out.
That's
She
the
leaps
result you
into
saw.
the air.
It's not dead.
Never.
It's still alive in my hand.
However, Smasher, the whole time that she does it, you're like, yeah, no, I could have done that too. And Callus, something tells me you probably would have accidentally
Yeah,
eaten
you're
it.
still stuffing your face.
Protein.
Protein.
I'm gonna
said
walk
you.
the fly out and let it go.
Oh, nice. The only one in the room who would not have killed the fly was the one that actually caught the fly.
Smasher would have killed it. I would have eaten it, and she lets it go.
And if none of you guys actually caught it, Muzz Firefist was going to burn it.
Snap. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yep.
I've had a lot of food.
And it was delicious. And we are actually going to go to break before you guys turn that key.
Oh.
Because I have to pee.
Before we do, I'm going to take that bag of cooling I've got, and I'm literally just going to shovel. I'm going to walk down the table, pick up the plates of food, shovel it in, and like, for later, Deshane.
Thank you.
Nice.
We'll probably need it.
Was that that was
Probably.
a bag of holding cooling, right?
Yeah, it's a bag of holding, bag of
Yeah.
cooling.
Does it flak freeze?
It keeps things safe for 30 days.
No, it's a refrigerator.
It's a refrigerator.
Yeah, it's a refrigerator.
it's a refrigerator.
I mean, kind of.
Quite literally.
Kind of, sorta.
It is more of a stasis machine, but, you know.
Yeah. A refrigerator state, you know.
Or a refrigerator tries. I don't know if we need to get into this right now, but a refrigerator tries to slow down the molecules, right, actively, so that there's like less degradation over time. So like it's actively trying to achieve stasis, which is it doesn't matter. We don't have to have this conversation.
And Walt Disney cut off his own head and froze it.
That's true.
See you after break, folks.
We'll be back.
Don't forget
I
to get
gotta pee.
refills and some Trash Panda stew.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. And
What an anticlimactic
Are you guys
way of coming
ready?
back.
right. Sorry, I was reading a message. It's important.
It's important.
Very
Very.
important. All
All
right.
the important.
Wildly important. All right. Yeah. So you guys have finished breakfast and are ready to set out.
Yeah.
On my way.
I'm following the kid's lead.
On my way.
Running away.
Send me on my way. On my way.
We're going to
Send me on my way.
find a door. Take the key. Put it in. Let's
It
hope this
fits.
works.
When you turn it, you hear more than one locking mechanism essentially going off. And then as you open the door, you see a familiar sight for you, Callus. For the rest of you, it's a street. It's specifically the street right outside your Fred's house, Callus. But it is currently bustling. It seems like it's mid-season for festivals and whatnot. There are stalls up and down the road and lots of noise and people everywhere.
I'm gonna look at Callus and ask. I forgot to ask, are there guns in your world? I'm gonna look up.
Yeah. Not like those, though. These ones are more clockwork in style. When you fire, it expels the cartridge and then shifts and moves a new one in. And then you have to load each one individually in an underbarrel. We'll see if we can find one for you so we can show you. They work differently.
What's the racial
Makes
spread? Yes.
It's
That works.
all over the place.
Cool.
And as you look out on the street, it is quite literally all over the place. You even see every now and then a hobgoblin.
Cool. Just
Right.
a reminder that the city that she was stationed outside of was incredibly racist and all human, except for like 0.1%.
Yeah, you won't have that here.
You'll
So-
find some, one big thing. I'm glad none of you are tieflings, because they're all slaves here.
Slaves?
Yeah.
I thought we had a conversation that consent's important.
Well, remember, you guys had to teach me consent. Here, consent's not really a thing. They do what they like, they do what they want, and tieflings are slaves. They do have other slaves of races, but they're more indentured slaves, people who can't pay debts, so they sign a contract to pay off their debt, but usually it's a lifelong indenturement.
Out of curiosity, are you guys standing in the doorway or are you going to step through?
I think we're standing just in the doorway.
We should probably
We're
step
getting
through.
exposed and just.
Let's step
across from the way, you see at the stall someone looks at the doorway that you're standing in. Kind of looks really confused for a moment,
Yeah.
and
I
then
think
looks down again.
looking at Mixie, she's probably got a little bit of that divine light you've only seen when she gets super freaking happy, but she doesn't look very happy. So it's a first time glow of anger in a long time for her.
Let's go through. I think you guys will enjoy Mool. It looks like it's festival season.
The streets are quite busy.
We go.
The only person who noticed was the guy at that stall, though, and he is avoiding eye contact with you guys.
I walk through.
Mixie goes straight to the stall.
They threw the keys out when they're all through. Close the door. Look at the house and I knock on the door and open it up. Luna, are you home?
You hear some commotion in the back in the kitchen. Callus? And then Luna comes running out. Callus! And she comes running and gives you a huge hug.
Are you still on top of me?
No, I climbed down to unlock the door.
Okay, I'm just making sure I don't have two people on my back right.
Callus, I've been wondering where you are. Oh, look at you. Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing? And she gives you more hugs.
Yeah, it's been a good amount of time. What season is it? I've been away.
We're right in the middle of summer.
Oh, cool. So you got people from all over the place.
We do. It's very busy out there right now.
Is Edgar...
Edgar is, currently he's jousting.
Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't come home with as many injuries as last time.
She gives you a knowing look.
She can fix
that. And then she looks back at Mixinix, who's at the stall where the guy is very actively trying to avoid your eye contact.
I want to see what he's selling at his stall.
Give us a moment. This world is actually not my own, just so everyone knows. This world belongs to Murray.
I completely forgot to send you over those games.
That's quite all right.
Game designs.
Yeah.
And also, I will call out, how does money work here?
Same as in the place we were just at.
Cool.
At the mention of money, he does look up and say, 10 silver to play. Whatever it is he's got.
I'm gonna take a look at the game that he's got going.
I don't think he understands what he's just done.
Give Murray a moment to go over his notes.
I have too many notes, everyone.
Folks. The beautiful background ambiance that you hear currently is Syrinscape, not Soundscape. Thinking of something else, folks.
Also, the fly nonsense from earlier. Also, Syrinscape. If you don't have Syrinscape open, you have no idea what we were talking about. We had an entire sound bit that you were left out of. Choose Syrinscape.
They did hear that.
Actually, they did hear it because it goes through.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, does it go through? Does it go just blast through?
Yep. For them.
I'm an ass. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you guys want to hear? I'm an ass.
That's better. That's better,
That's
folks.
better.
Am I right?
But a really sexy one.
This one. Do you mind, Von?
Go for it.
Okay.
This is actually what I was hoping you'd do.
This one, he's got a series of glass bottles and rings. And just over in the top, there are mini little prizes that kind of go up in size, of stuffed animals to wooden little tiny swords. Just general kind of festival games of sorts. For 10 silver, he will give you 3 rings that you can throw if you manage to get the ring around the gold bottle in the middle, or 3 of them around there, you get a large prize. If you get the rings around any of the bottles, you get a small prize. If you miss 1 ring, you don't get a prize.
I'm down. Festivals and parties are my thing, yo.
I knew Mixinix was gonna love this.
I have walked away from the group, just so the DM is aware. If the characters wish to find that out on their own, they can. But I have walked away from.
Do tell me what you're doing, Deshane.
I'm walking to where all the people are hustling and bustling, and I'm just like standing there, and like my hands have gone to my sides with like my palms out like this, and people are just like brushing against me, going back and forth.
Oh.
And I'm just like looking around at like the sheer amount of people.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mixinix, I believe it's like rolling an attack, but dexterity because you're throwing.
I can do that.
I've got all the DCs on my side here.
Okay. Uh, 27.
That's the middle one.
You just nailed it. The guy looks perturbed.
I have 2 more.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Oh, good
Oh my
heavens.
goodness.
Middle one
That was a
again.
19 and then a 20, just so you guys know what the dice are doing.
Oh my gosh.
He looks really annoyed now.
No, I don't believe this.
Not 20.
What is it?
Oh, good Christ.
It's a
Another one.
20?
Another
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
So that final ring goes right on top of the other 2. And he just stands there for a moment looking dumbfounded.
What kind of stuffed animals are there? What's the biggest one?
Biggest one's gonna look something like a bullet.
A big stuffed bullet.
Anything cuter?
Like Bullet Bill or like just a bullet?
Just
A bullet.
the creature bullet.
Mm-hmm. What, you don't think these are cute? They're adorable. Look at their little faces on their beak heads.
Okay, no, that's actually kind of cute.
Yeah.
That's actually really cute. I want it. I want this giant thing.
It's up there, I've gotta die!
Yeah, go.
He's annoyed to part with it, but he does part with it, and you get your massive stuffed bullet.
First strike against the first adult I saw.
Hearing the commotion, Deshane is now suddenly next to Callus, Mixie Nixon.
Deshane, perception roll for me.
I'm still by Luna, talking to Luna.
Yeah, who Luna has invited Callus and Smasher into the building. But left the door open. Because she knows there's 2 more. Yeah, perception.
25, 18 on the dice.
Nice. As you are moving back, someone brushes up against you and attempts to nick one of your guns.
I grab them very swiftly by the wrist. If I can. If I may.
A knife comes in from his other hand, and it's just barely at your wrist. And the 2 of you lock eyes, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I just sit there staring him directly in the eyes, and then I kind of like take a step closer, and my other hand is on the butt of my other pistol, and I say, "Either way, you die."
There's a moment pause, and then you get a knife at your back as the second person comes up and says, "You better let him go, lad."
Can I do a check to see if I clock this?
Yeah, can I see this as well?
The door is open.
That's another nat 20. What the
You've got to be kidding me.
No,
Mool is clearly Mixie Nix's location.
This is
festival.
her
I
territory.
told you, it's her thing. Festivals and parties.
I got a 17 on mine.
17 on yours?
Yeah.
9.
19.
All right, so 19. Okay.
Ooh,
So
goodness.
both Smasher and Callus, you do also notice. You see Deshane standing with 2 guys flanking him. Both have knives out. Mixie Nix, your senses are like on fire right now. You can see everything going on around you. You actually clock the other 2 individuals watching this at other parts of the street, both of which who are starting to move closer and going for blades at their side.
How far away are Deshane and the 2 from me?
They're really not that far. They're just barely into the middle of the street.
Can I ask a shenanigans then?
Shenanigans?
You just gave me rocket boots that allow me to launch 10 feet, and when I do 10 feet, I get to use my charger.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't have to do damage, but I can push them 10 feet away from me when I do this.
Which one are you pushing? The one in front of him or behind him?
The one that he's not grabbing.
The one behind him?
Just shoulder thrusting.
Mixie will look at the two appearing and just start to cast, but not actually fully cast until it's
clear.
So I guess preparing an action, but she's preparing her spirit guardians.
Perfect.
I'm going to run out. Look at the one that he's holding the wrist of and cast Calm Emotions on him.
Oh, there you go. Smasher, make for me an opposing strength roll.
Wouldn't it be at advantage? Because does he see him coming?
He does not see you coming, so it would be at advantage.
Sneak attack, son. Ha!
Okay, so when you use your action to dash 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, you can choose between making a melee attack or just push the target 10 feet away, which basically means I just hit him and push him.
Well, there you have it. He goes sprawling and fails his dexterity save to stay upright, lands hard on the ground. The other two see this machine just come out of nowhere and do this. And Callus, as he casts Calm Emotions on the other guy, Deshane, you see him lower his knife. His eyes kind of glaze over just briefly. And he says, "My bad. Clearly you're not someone to steal from."
Hey, you said he tried to take my gun, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I break this guy's arm?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm breaking this guy's arm. Is that a strength?
Oh, dear. Yeah, do a strength roll for me, just to make sure you don't.
How about this?
fail.
I'm breaking his wrist because I've got
There
it.
you go.
So I'm
got it.
literally just gonna. I'm gonna twist it in a way that.
Do I see the other two as well?
Now that you're out the door, you can see two others approaching.
Would I have seen them when I cast Calm Emotions?
No.
No? Okay.
She rolled a 20. Yeah, so, I don't think
Flavor
roll is
fun?
Go for it.
Flavor fun. Well, as she's like holding the spell, she has this giant stuffed animal, and it's just glowing with her divine light and floating in front of her, like it's her focus. Because she had nothing else to do with it, and she's not putting it on the ground, so she's like, "Up you go."
Is this as big as Mixie Nix or bigger?
It's
I'm
about the
only-
same size as Mixie Nix.
I am only 3 feet.
Yeah, it's
about the same
yeah.
size as, easily the same size as Mixie Nix.
I love this image more than life itself.
Alright, Deshane.
What kind of roll is this?
It's a strength check, but it's an easy one. Don't roll a 1.
Then as he's snapping his wrist, because we're assuming that he's going to, I'm just going to be like,
Deshane, are you up?
Yep, and crack. And the guy starts
11.
screaming. Yep.
11. Ooh.
You hear just a scream, and at that point, a lot of people like suddenly give wide berth of you guys and see what's going on. Out of curiosity, Murray, what kind of guards does Mool have?
It's
Pull out the book.
they are. That book is somewhere else.
For flavor, folks.
They
I
are-
twist his wrist and then I just let go of him immediately as he's like, ah.
Yes, pretty much screaming as his hand dangles limply the wrong direction.
They are more keepers of the peace, people who try to break up the fights, definitely aggressive in things, but also understanding that during this time frame there are pickpockets all over the place.
Perfect. All right. As the guy stumbles back, the guy that Smasher knocked over, he hit his head on the table of the games that Mixie Nix was at and got knocked out.
Slips into a coma. As
For
hemorrhaging
the
in the
rest of his
brain
life.
lies.
He's dead.
That
has no life insurance. No, that's fair.
Exactly.
the other two literally turn around and start walking away. as two guards essentially come walking up, see what happens. That guy with the broken wrist does stumble backwards right next to you, Mixie Mix.
Yeah. Instead of channeling it into the guardians as I see them walk away, I turn the spell and just do like a cure wounds, I guess.
Hit fix his broken wrist.
Yeah.
Right. There's a cracking noise.
I just turn and grab his wrist, the same wrist that's broken, and squeeze it tight, and just let go.
He's like, "Ah!"
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. He's really confused by this like intense grip from this short person that makes him feel better.
He's kind of shocked for a moment. One of the guards comes up to you, Deshane. The other guard starts approaching that guy. The one that comes up to you, Deshane, and says, "Can we assist with anything?"
Nothing. Taking care of a pickpocket.
They look over at that guy, then look back at you and go, "Thank you." And both guards approach the guy who you're still holding on to, Mixie Nix, and grab him by the shoulders.
One more second, it's not done. Okay, now you
wait.
can have him.
All right. Excuse us.
Been a broken wrist forever, or just not healed correctly.
They drag him away. They're going to throw him out the city, and probably not notice him come back in, but they're going to throw him out the city.
I'm gonna walk up to Deshane at this point and be like,
We should probably go inside the building so I can tell you all a little bit more about this place.
Okay. Giant shield on the back, giant stuffed animal in front. Can't see anything. Let's go!
Of the long line of mistakes that man has made, that was almost his last. And then I walk in the direction of the building we're going.
like, I've got your hand and I'm pulling you along and like,
Trust me, the guards wouldn't have cared.
Luna does give way for all four of you to walk in, and then closes and locks the door behind you. And then breathes heavily and goes, "Callus, such interesting friends."
They're usually, well, actually, no, he really is usually this violent. I don't know what I was thinking. I probably should have told him about the place beforehand. But yeah, these are my friends.
It's a pleasure to meet you. She turns to you all and offers her hand and says, "I'm Luna. And who might you all be?"
I'm currently just hugging the stuffed animal really, really tightly, fists a little clenched.
I step forward and shake her hand and say, "Deshane, nice to meet you, ma'am."
I am Soldier 393, designation Smasher.
He is number 2.
Does Dagrauphym have Warforged in it?
they do, but they cannot talk.
So when you talk to Shane, she does kind of go,
Smash her.
You did it.
or smash her, sorry. When you talk, she does kind of look confused for a moment and goes, "You talk? Okay."
Probably more often than my companions would like.
That's true. No, it's not. I love his voice.
Hey, Callus.
Sorry, just being sassy.
She chuckles.
That is the correct usage, I say.
She starts laughing.
I go to high five Callus then.
She then turns to you, Mixie Nix, and goes, "I've never seen anyone win at that. Good job. And you are?"
Puts the stuffed animal next to her. It's definitely taller than her. It's like
Merp.
over her head. I'm Mixie Nix, Dazzle Whizzle, Shimmer Pop, the first of her name, assassin for Lyra, and priestess.
I thought it was
She looks-
former.
She looks a little shocked. Goes, "Wow. Bold. Pleasure meeting you, Mixie Nix. Welcome to my abode. Can I get any of you anything? A drink, any food, anything?"
We just ate.
A very large breakfast. But thank you.
Very large.
It was huge.
She looks at you, Smasher, and goes, "You eat as well?"
Yeah. It was a surprise to me, too.
Has enough
Wow.
of shit, though.
Alice.
I say, and I look over at Smasher. My eyes get that was just for me. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I efficiently fully process all intake. Therefore, there is no exhaust.
Alice.
Mm-hmm.
One of the good ones?
Yeah, she's super nice. You should come meet her son.
Oh, yes, come meet him. Come meet, it is who I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Come meet your Laundriel.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
And she leads you to a nice quiet back room where a tiny baby boy with some very peculiar markings is currently sleeping.
These eyes just go wide.
He's cute.
Baby!
She leans over him and does what mothers do over their babies and goes, "Yes, isn't he just so beautiful?"
How tall is... Am I, like, looking at the bottom of the slacks, just like...
You are basically looking like, yeah.
I pick up Mixie.
It's a baby! I haven't seen a baby in forever!
It's the only one I know.
Neither have I.
Oh my goodness, can I hold him?
Of course. She gently scoops him up and then gently puts him in your arms.
I feel like I've seen a lot of small humans. Well, excuse me, not humans. That one's my bad.
As
okay.
far as I know, he is human. I'm human. His father's human, so he must be human.
Right, but they're not.
True.
How old?
How old is he at this point?
9
9
months.
9 months. He is 9 months old.
Oh, you're adorable. Oh, I wanna...
So just 3 months till his 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why does 3 months keep on coming up, Callus?
I don't know. It's kind of ominous. I'm a little concerned about that.
I know it's a thing I have. What is it?
Have you been able to figure out the markings yet?
No, not yet. His father's concerned, but he doesn't say it or show it. I just know he is.
Yeah, he kind of hides it away.
Mm-hmm.
More of a...
He's been taking on more contracts as a result. And she looks over at a closed door. And then back at the baby boy in Mixie Nix's arms.
I got stuff for you. Pull out the 10 gold coins I have. I'm like, I don't need them, but I found them on my journeys. Hopefully it can help.
Oh, Callus, you don't have to do this.
Well,
But she does take it and thanks you profusely.
you guys helped save me when I needed help, so I want to do everything
Thank you
I can
so
for
much.
you.
Helping you was a pleasure, though. It was an honor, Callus. It truly was an honor.
Do you have any news on what's going on?
You mean in the broader area?
Yeah. Like the goblin raids, the kingdom stuff. Is the king still being a douche?
Where did you learn that word?
from Edgar?
Yes, unfortunately, my husband has quite the mouth on him. Nothing has come up as of yet. I don't know how to spell, guys. Excuse me. I'm looking something up.
Are you looking for the thing? Here.
Yes,
There.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it right as you said that. All right.
Or any of those that would work a little bit. It's more of a flavor thing more than anything else, but...
Be right back. Sorry. Shouldn't be low.
He had no idea.
I mean... Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast a spell on the baby. If
Oh,
that's
no.
okay with you. It's just it's a blessing from the goddess Lyra, the goddess of joy.
She's friendly.
Oh,
Everything
and-
she casts is good.
Any blessing. Oh, please. Oh, I would be honored. Really. Oh, I'm saying that a lot today. But I really, truly am honored. I'm so glad you've come back, Callus, and you've brought back friends. Please go right ahead.
And I'm sorry for being a little rude. I've heard stories and knee-jerk responses to most adults in Callus's life right now.
She gives you one of those knowing looks and goes, have patience with my husband. If he comes back
You
while
might want to let me just hold the baby if your husband shows up.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm casting ceremony on the baby.
Oh my god.
This might help me out in Tales of Andrea, folks.
Who knows? We'll let Murray decide that one.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's more for flavor, but the only one that would really fit here is the coming of age one.
But it'd be like a fun little little dash for in the future. Like
You feel something with Lyrans.
you just burst with joy.
There you go. Your laundry will enjoy.
I thought.
What a thought.
Yolandriel has a alignment change.
Suddenly he is lawful good. Wait, aren't you? No, just kidding.
I'm also going to use my all-purpose tool, the effect of being able to choose a cantrip that I can cast for 8 hours and choose Druidcraft. And just make
Nice.
a small little flower-type ring thing he can play with.
A little toy.
Little toy.
Baby Yolandriel has a little flower ring toy.
He.
I don't have anything for
It is actually at about this time you hear some commotion at the front door. It unlocks, and a man comes stumbling in, currently bleeding. Heavily... Well, actually, no, he's not armored anymore. He stumbles in, closes the door, leans against it, sighs heavily. Luna, I need some assistance here.
Hey, Edgar.
Oh, you're back, boy.
Yeah. Can we help?
Oh,
I brought friends.
sure.
What do you need?
Come give me something to lean on.
Okay, you can use my head. Run over.
No.
Here
There
you
is
go.
furniture, sir.
No, it's fine. He can use my head.
No.
Don't listen to her, Edgar. She's just a big old mama bear.
Consent is important. Callus gave his consent.
The guy looks between Mixie Nix and Callus, and then Mixie Nix, and then Callus again. And then when he looks at you, Mixie Nix, he kind of, there's just a tweak of a grin as he
I
then
am
uses...
holding his son.
Yeah, as he uses, instead of your head, Callus, he does gently use your shoulder to lean on, but he does put a lot of weight on. and you could tell he's been injured.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm gonna pull out vial and drink it, and then turn into a bear.
Oh.
And
oh, that's better. Take me to the back room, my good boy.
I'll look at Mixie Nixel.
I believe he wants you to follow him.
I know. You might want to take your boy. I'm probably gonna need my hands for your husband.
Thank you so much. She does take her child back from you. Deshane, while they're all doing this, what are you up to?
I'm just kind of standing there.
Like,
just waiting.
A bunch of weirdos. He lets you drag him to the back room, and when the door opens, you do get the scent of old dried blood coming from this room. Almost like he's been in this room multiple times.
Prestidigitation.
There you go.
As I go.
Thank you.
He collapses into a chair that it was bloody up until Callus started prestidigitationing it. And he looks over at you, Callus, and he goes, not gonna lie, that is the one part of you that I have missed the most.
Lick his face.
Oh, don't do, that's disgusting. Ugh. Why?
Do it again.
No, stop it.
Can I see your wound, sir?
He lifts his shirt, and you just see this gash down. It's not deep, but it's deep enough that the bandage currently on it has bled through at this point.
Am I supposed to be really nice to this one, or can I be a little mean? Not even a little bit?
He squints at you, Mixie Nix.
I change back into my form. No, nice.
It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna heal him.
Just nice. No pain. Pain doesn't bring joy to life, especially when one's life is pain.
She pokes his belly.
Oof.
And does cure wounds.
Yeah. And as you're looking, you actually see there are a lot of scars on this guy. He is covered in them. And he just breathes a huge sigh of relief, and he goes, oh, I need a cleric in my life.
Don't we all?
I would start.
Shane is looking out the front window. Like he's not even in the same room. He's just looking at all the people walking by. Sorry to interrupt you.
Then you hear some jingling.
Get this.
Jousting. My opponent got a little carried away. Thankfully, my horse did not take any of the blow, so it was all me.
Thank goodness for something. How many of these jousts have you won?
One. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pretty hefty-sized bag of coins. Kind of shakes it around. You hear lots of ringing, and he goes, "Luna, darling." Chucks it out the door, and it lands in the cot because he knows that she's currently holding your laundreel. And he goes, you know, I don't win many, if any at all, but I win a lot of gold.
Betting against yourself, essentially?
Oh, I don't bet. I don't have to. He just smiles at you, and then he goes, well, I've got work to do. And he stands up again and he goes, and since I'm now healed thanks to you, who are you, by the way? And why are there so many strangers in my house, Callus?
Casts mending on his clothes.
Well,
Thank you again.
we had to figure a few things out, so we were brought into town. I met them in a different place, and they're helping me solve a few problems.
Well, it's good to have friends. Are you going to stay long?
Probably not. It's festival time, so a lot of pickpockets and, well, we're kind of covered in shiny stuff.
He then looks over at you, Smasher, looks you up and down and goes, "You're not kidding there."
I'm Soldier 393, designation Smasher.
Good designation. Smash
talk.
anyone who tries to steal you. And also, that is quite shocking. How?
I don't know. I didn't bother to figure that out. I probably should have. Huh. Remind me to do that, Smasher.
He looks down at you, makes and goes, "Well, thank you again. I am going to go do another, since I can. Get more gold. It's perfect season for more." He cracks his neck, and he kind of looks a little tired, but you can tell that he's excited.
How much does he make?
Right now he's making quite a bit.
I'm just gonna walk over to Mixie and just kind of tap her arm a bit and like,
I already tried to push it.
He does actually walk out, and as he passes Luna, he glances down at his baby boy in her arms and kind of just goes to its nose, and just looks back up at Luna and gives her a nice big kiss. And you can see there's some concern on her eyes, but he seems a little cocky as he turns, walks back to the door, opens it, looks back at you, Callus, and goes, "It's good to see you. Stay safe.
Don't die, Edgar."
Wait, before you go.
He looks back at you.
I grabbed my water, one of my water skins. The one I filled with water from the thing that got broken in the tower.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do you have something I could pour some of this into?
He looks a little confused for a moment, but Luna finds what looks like it's like a stein with a lid on it, but the lid clasps and the stein can hang from his belt, and puts it down in front of you.
I pour like a quarter of it in. This should keep you going without you dying.
And picks it up and he goes, "Thank you."
Small sips. It goes a long way if you don't chug.
Small sips. Callus, she's a good one. Keep her. And then he leaves and closes the door behind him.
I think she's the one keeping me at this point.
I am doing no such thing. You are allowed to do what you want.
Consent. At this point, Luna puts Yurlandril back in his cot and picks up the pretty sizable coin purse and looks over at you, Callus, and says, "He has taken on so many more of these contracts. I worry sometimes."
I know it's for a good reason, but it's still not. It's not a good influence.
She then looks at all four of you and goes, "So, how long would you like to stay? I mean, obviously you can stay as long as you'd like. How long do you need to stay?"
Well, it's see, it's gonna take roughly a week to get to Basso, so we should.
Oh, you're going back there?
I have to.
Ooh. It's dangerous, Callus. No one's come back from there.
That's why I've got Smasher, and Mixie, and Deshane. Deshane's a heck of a crack shot. You should have seen what he did to the werewolf.
Werewolf?
Yeah, it kind of went...
Well, if the three of you are going to look after Callus during this, I thank you greatly. But do be very careful when you go to Basso. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but
Can we
no one's lived.
stay here for like a night?
Absolutely. You can stay here for as long as you like.
Want to enjoy some of the festivities, get a solid sleeps in because I didn't sleep last night, and so I have like no spell slots.
Do you have a robe? Or a cloak we could use for Deshane so he can cover up his guns?
She thinks for a moment, and then she scurries to a back room, opens a cupboard, starts ruffling through, and comes out with it looks more like a winter coat, really, but it is long enough to cover everything. And she offers it to you, Deshane, and says, "This is the best we've got."
I hold it in my hands. I look down. I look up at her, and I look over at Callus and ask, "Cover them."
Pickpockets. If they don't see it, they don't know to steal it. Then you can have your hands on them the entire time. Double prepare.
I take it and I wrap it around my waist and tie it off with the arms like it's a winter coat. And I just go, "Okay, we need a map."
Oh. I don't actually have one of those, but I can direct you to someone who does.
Callus, come with me.
Okay.
And she gives you directions to someone who would have a map.
We go get a map.
Where would be a good place to set up a musical performance?
I
For money.
stop at the
Wow.
door and turn around, and I'm like, and look out.
Well, what are you doing while they leave Smasher? Are you going to go with them, or are you going to stay with Mixie Nix?
I pretty much just follow Callus around wherever he goes, so I don't see how that would be any different right now.
No, perfect.
Especially if Callus is in his place so he can teach me things about his home.
Yeah. So you three go that direction. Luna will tell you about a tavern that's at the end of their street specifically, which during this time of year is pretty much always full, and states that they had a musician there at some point, but she hasn't seen said musician in a while, so you could probably set up there if you'd like to do something.
Well, and now that the boys have left, can you give me a little bit more history on Callus that maybe I can understand a bit better? There's things he said that really just doesn't make sense sometimes, and other things that makes me want to like viciously be mean to every human adult person thing that's in his life.
And she nods and she goes,
in which it's former priestess, not assassin.
not assassin.
I don't actually know if that was like I said, I was a little mean and sassy.
Oh, no, you're quite all right. I can actually fully understand the being a little wroth with the adults in Callus's life. I feel like I myself might have been the first adult in his life, other than who he calls mother, though he didn't go into detail on who mother was. Just mentioned her occasionally. Talked a little bit about how she taught him most of what he knows of life, really. But other than that, he didn't really go into too many details of where he came from. And as much as I would love to know more, I didn't feel like it was my place to push for more answers.
Does she have any more information that I don't have? Any insights?
Would she actually have any more insights that you haven't already given?
Probably not.
Yeah.
She would have the insight on Barso. Barso having been a flourishing town recently, about 2 months ago or so at this point, overrun by goblins for who knows what reason. They don't know why that happened. It was a trade center of sorts for minerals and such from the mountain regions. From recollection, there was no research facility in Barso. And she would know I said I came from a research facility in Barso.
Mm-hmm. So where he comes from truly is a mystery to me. I have a feeling there might be more nefarious things involved in that.
I have no doubt about that at this point.
What about yourself? How did you and Callus come to be together? Which, by the way, I'm so grateful someone like you is in his life.
He is amazing.
I agree. And adorable.
100%.
I hope that in the future he might be able to meet Yolandriel when he's older, and the two of them might become fast friends.
Well, shall time permit? Thank you for being a good presence in his life.
Oh, I really hope I was. And I really hope to continue being so.
He talks rather highly of you, so.
Oh. That makes me feel good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
With his super dog heart.
Any other... You said it's dangerous where we're going? Are the goblins
Absolutely.
there? Is that what's going on, or?
I don't know for sure. All I know is that anyone who has gone there has not been heard from again. And it's only been a couple of months since it fell, but haven't heard from anyone there, haven't heard from anyone who's gone there recently. We've been informed by the city guard specifically that no one should venture that direction. It's not really that close to us, to be honest, so it's not like any of us would, but we are one of the closer towns to Basso on this side of the mountain range.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, I guess you can't say it's a former priestess. I'm pretty sure my goddess said I'm still... It's kind of confusing. My goddess is Lyra, the goddess of joy, and she sent me on a mission to spread joy to where life takes me.
That's a good mission.
Yeah, I think she's trying to prove a point.
Aren't most gods trying to prove points, though?
Yeah, I think I'm the only one arguing my side. But it's okay. But yeah, no, just trying to make sure people are happy. And have you heard of a goddess named Lovitar?
No, I've not. To be truthful, I've not heard of a goddess named Lyra either, though. So
That's fair. Just I've been in places that haven't heard of Lyra, but have heard of Lovatar, and that's not okay. She's the goddess of pain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the goddess of joy and the goddess of pain existed here somewhere. I just myself haven't heard of it. I don't have too much faith in gods.
That's fair. If I hadn't had actual conversations with mine, I would probably be in a similar spot right now.
Though I will admit, I do pray every night for my husband, and every time he goes off.
Yeah. How much do you need?
She sighs and looks around and goes, well, the cost of living here has only gone up since Callus has left. And it's only going to keep going up, to be honest. But
why is it going up?
I'm not sure. I don't
Do you
fully
own
follow.
this place? Do you rent this
Oh, yes.
place?
No, we own this place.
So it's land taxes.
Well, no, it's more like the cost of food, the cost of necessities, the cost of generally everything in town.
Is Mixie next going to try to fix the entire socioeconomic issues that are inhabiting this Callus's space? I mean, I'm down for this mission. I'm just wondering if that's what we're going for.
That's a whole other campaign, sir.
That is a completely different campaign, not gonna lie.
It's been done. I've changed socioeconomic situations for entire cities.
We're gonna be all just like social workers for that, right? We're gonna be all like civic workers, accountants.
Oops, all social
like
workers.
That. Oops, all account. Yep.
Oops, all accountants.
What is it about monthly for you guys?
She thinks for a while. And then what would it be about monthly at this point? Is that even a easy thing to come up with, Murray?
So what do I? I was distracted.
That's some shit he's got to work out.
Yeah, the monthly cost of living in Dagrauphym at the moment, specifically Mule.
Mule is it's a little more difficult because they essentially import all their food from other places surrounding them, so they have to pay a higher cost.
It's the Hawaii of
Dagrauphym. It's the Hawaii of Dagrauphym.
Rough.
They're surrounded by not so fertile lands,
and the old forest.
And the old forest, yeah, which is, but they're.
Sounds like me and a party time.
It's difficult with the socioeconomic times right now. It's getting harder. Like you might find a week's meal being, at this point, maybe a couple of silver, as opposed to just a couple of copper.
Okay, that changes some things. Well, I'm gonna go head out and play some music, make a little money, hopefully. But here, grabs my coin purse, grabs another little coin purse that's empty, and halves my gold count, which is 30 gold. And hands it to her.
She holds this in her hand for a moment and then looks up at you. There's shock and then looks down and then looks back up at you in shock and goes, I mean, I'm not good. You don't have to.
You've got a cute little babe to take care of.
She then grips it and holds it close and she goes, thank you.
And maybe this will like keep your husband, alive just a little bit longer.
I mean, I'm getting pretty good at stitching him back together again, but yeah, I hope so. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And she puts that in her pocket. Between what Callus gave her and what you gave her and what her husband just brought back, they just made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave Mr. Snuffles. I haven't come up. That's a working name, but Mr. Snuffles is gonna stay here.
She puts it next to the cot where Yolandriel is, so he's kind of standing guard essentially. He goes, he will stay right here.
Okay. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you again.
No. Don't even. It's all good.
And she sees you to the door, and you can run off. And we'll go to the other three while you walk to the...
I would like us to like somehow forget that that's there, and it somehow show up as Yolandril's like childhood toy, like beloved toy later in the campaign. I totally forgot about this. How could I forget about Mr. Snuffles?
There's a good chance Mixie's gonna stop at the stall and just drop a couple gold and say, "Give me that cute one," and just drop it off for the kid.
Ooh.
Like, I can shame you and play your game again. Or you can take a couple extra gold and just give me what I want.
I mean, to be fair, he probably would take the gold and give you what you want. It's gold.
That will be on the way back, so.
Okay. Yeah, so you three, you head off to the location that Luna told you about. Since you have that thing wrapped around your guns currently, Deshane, you don't get too many sidewards glances, though a lot of people seem to be glancing at your hat. A lot of people have noticed you, Smasher. And they do give you a little bit of a wide...
Unless I'm passive, can't notice me with passive perception. You said it yourself.
Yeah, not passive. It's not passive perception that these people are noticing you. It is not passive perception. Normal folk don't even notice you're there.
It's the boy on top of the platform at the back, going.
Yeah.
Right.
That one's rigged in this way, and that one's rigged in that way.
Just calling
and this one here's rigged in that way.
As I'm like uncomfortably adjusting the jacket for like the 5th time since we started this walk, I say they're all rigged, kid.
Also, I want to say that Deshane probably has like the best ass underneath that, like.
I'm
you tie it off.
ass.
Oh yeah, just thick, just.
I'm double kicked up. I've got that like runners. I've got runners legs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just years of walking. It's just.
And you don't realize how thin
shape.
that waist is until he cinches it tight. Yeah, no, this is hot. This is hot. What's going?
One sexy boy coming right up. So you get to the. It's a relatively well kept building. You can tell it's old, but it's well kept. And there's a sign hanging from it that says "Goods" on it.
Straightforward and to the point. Love it.
Do you think they sell goods here?
They're all bad.
Climbing down, look at you.
Yep.
Jump off and...
Smasher, you might not fit through the door frame.
It is a pretty tight fit.
You're pretty big. Plus, it's going to be crowded in there.
I can wait outside.
A Smasher just kind of gets next to the door and gets knees to chest to let Callus off, and then just kind of hangs out right next to the door.
Hey, Deshane. You know the idea for different kinds of bullets I got from here? Not from this building, but from the city.
Maybe that's where we'll go next. First, get a map.
Not a bad idea. I know how to get there. I don't know the surroundings, though. Do I know how to get there? We should get a map.
We go in, and when we get the map, I'm going to turn to Callus and ask, "Do compasses work here?"
They should.
Then I'm going to turn to the shopkeep. Do you have a compass I could borrow for just a minute?
The shopkeep looks at you suspiciously, clears a spot on their table, and then lays out the map for you, and then pulls out from underneath the table a relatively nice compass, actually, puts it down on the map, and then watches you like a hawk.
Okay, I'm going to position the map that way north is facing where north is. And then I'm going to study it for a second, look at Callus and say, stay right here. And I'm going to go outside and look up. Now that I know my positioning, I'm going to go outside and look up and look for a beam.
I have, by the way, I have revealed the Dagrauphym map on Roll20 now, so if you're in Roll20, you can take that a look. This was created by Murray.
Let's give everyone
It
a
is
look-see.
absolutely amazing.
Hey, mark where we're going to.
We
You're
are
here,
here.
and you're
We need to go here.
going.
Okay. I'm looking for a beam.
Boom.
Oh, that's a fucking fatty roll. A fatty roll of 24.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm missing a die somewhere. Where you at, die? Oh, there you are.
I believe it has died.
There is a beam.
Is it headed in the direction?
Yeah, it's going right that direction.
Okay, I'm going to... I don't know if I can mark this on the map. Go ahead. What I do is I just walk in. I walk back in.
What kind of a mark were you wanting to do? The beam, specifically?
Boom. I got it. We're good.
Did you?
Did you?
Can you not see it? I marked
No.
it. Huh.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, no, I see it now.
Okay.
just
I
took a-
don't know why that did not. Okay, yep.
Perfect.
See it now. I
Come-
see the line.
When you come back in, I'm looking at the map, like plotting things. I'm like, hey, so if we go in a straight line, we'll go through the old wood. We definitely don't want to do that. The old wood
Why
is...
not?
You know how you can get lost in the mist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like what the old wood is. I spent a week there. It should only take a day to travel through. It's easy to get lost and lose your way.
The shopkeeper kind of snorts and scoffs and leans back. He doesn't believe that you spent a week in the old forest.
Yeah, I know the stories. No one comes out alive of the old wood, blah, 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 whatever. I'm smarter than you think, guy. It would
You
be
say
safer
so.
to go
Right,
around.
We'll go around the woods. You know this place better than I do.
But ultimately, that was just me. I'm not that good at the whole survival thing. You seem real good at it. If you're confident, I'll follow your lead on it.
We'll go with your plan. I say, and I'm like looking at the map, and I've like tilted my head like a dog does, as I'm like I'm just scanning this thing in my head, just like just getting exactly what we need to get where we need to go. And then yeah, I'm going to roll up the map, push the compass forward, and push the map forward, and say, that's all we needed. And then turn around.
Thanks. Bye.
He glares at you guys as you leave.
Don't even buy it.
Didn't buy anything. Didn't pay you.
As I go to shut the door, I say, long days and pleasant nights. And we leave.
Long nights and pleasant days.
I turn to him and I
He
say,
literally just does this to you as you leave.
I say, the proper response is, and may you have twice the number.
And may you have twice the number. Okay.
By the way, Smasher, while they were inside, you do notice that there are a group of men watching you, dressed very similar to the pickpockets that tried to pick the pockets of Duchesne. They're a bit of a distance away from you. but they are watching.
I will. No, if I notice that they're watching me, I will look at them back and just.
They kind of look uncertain for a moment and then disperse.
I slowly stop waving and just.
All right, and then the Callus or Deshane comes back outside for a second time, and Callus comes out with him.
Guys, I think more of those pickpockets are around. And then
I'll go and point to, like, kind of, if there's any of them still in sight, like, as they're walking away, just kind of point a couple of them out.
Yeah. You point at one that was standing, had just moved to a standing position. He sees you pointing at him, and he goes, and hurriedly walks off.
That's because you're different, too.
Do you think they want to be friends?
No. I think they want to take your carapace off of you and scrap you.
I hope they're fast.
Some of them could
As a
be.
reminder, I'm at a 45 walk speed currently.
Some of them
He's
could
a fast
be.
boy.
The only reason I got out of the people who tried to take me and put me into the slave trade is I had a nice little beastie I could turn into.
Speed helps.
Oh no, I killed them all.
Fast.
Tasty treat.
I'm looking straight up into the sky, and I say, what do you two say we go see someone about a gun? Then I look down.
Okay.
That seems acceptable.
Callus, lead the way.
This way.
Mixie Nix. While they're walking to go to the gun, you walk into a tavern. It's very busy. There's people serving drinks all over the place. There's more than one person behind the counter. There's someone standing at the door who looks like a bouncer. He's a big, strong-looking fellow, human. And there is a halfling currently standing on a table, yelling at someone who's sitting at the table, laughing.
What is he yelling?
A whole lot of "don't do this, don't do that," and "how dare you treat my patrons as such," and blah blah blah. The guy doesn't seem at all concerned. He also is wearing guard uniform.
The guy laughing has guard uniform, and the guy on the table, can I infer, is like the owner?
Yes.
I walk up behind the guard. I'd listen to him. You don't piss off the person who gives the drinks.
The guard just kind of passively.
Doesn't probably even see me. I'm like standing right behind him, and I'm tiny.
He kind of passively looks over his shoulder, and then looks down at you, and then laughs again, stands up, kind of shoves the halfling off the table, and shoves past you and just walks off.
You better be walking out the
Halfling.
door.
He is walking out the door. The halfling, by the way, very nimbly rolls with the shove, lands on his feet, makes a rude gesture at the guy, and then looks over at you and goes, "Well, who are you then? And thank you."
Did he pay his tab?
Oh, he didn't have a tab. He just came in here and started harassing people like a complete ass. Yeah.
I'm actually a musician, and I was wondering if I could play for tips.
Well, I haven't seen the musician that I hired in several days now. Either he drank himself into death or got shanked somewhere. So please, feel free. Take a position, start playing. Just leave about 10% of what you make.
Normally I would say okay to that, but I'm not drinking while I'm playing this time around, so I would probably clear out your cellar. You don't want me drinking.
Yeah, he looks you up and down, kind of suspiciously for a moment, and then he goes, I have a
drink a
big
half-orc,
cellar.
half-dragon.
Okay, in that case, yes, please do not drink. Leave about 5% of what you make.
We'll see how much I make and we can barter then.
Okay. And then he kind of starts whistling to himself happily now that there's a musician again and walks away. You do notice, by the way, on the far side of the tavern, there's what looks like a massive board full of sheets of paper all over the place. And you notice these are wanted posters. And one of them strikes your fancy because it's quite interesting, and there's a hefty fine for it.
What am I seeing?
This wanted poster, it's not a very good picture of someone. It's kind of shadowed and everything. But it says at the bottom of it, wanted, the Mad Ripper. How much would be on this poster?
First off, that says maiden.
Maiden Ripper. The Maiden. I don't know why I said mad. The Maiden Ripper.
I'm pretty sure it's 500,000 gold.
500,000 gold.
Early in
is
the
this
career,
wanted
actually,
for
so this
just
might be a
for
little
this
less.
town, or is it for like the whole continent? Like, what's it?
Whole continent.
Whole continent.
I take that wanted poster and just
Put it in your pocket.
put it in my pocket.
For later use.
Yep, and I set up and I start playing.
All right, roll for me a performance.
+18 6. Hold on.
Woo!
24.
Okay. 24, nice. You get the whole of this tavern really moving. Your playing brings up the cheer. More people start pouring in. You can tell that the people working are both super happy and starting to get really worked, and they're all just everyone's happy. It gets more boisterous, more drinking happens. And you see over in the corner of your eye, standing in the doorway, that halfling looks over at you, and he nods and he goes, mm-hmm.
He's not going to get 5%. I just brought in customers.
And he's not going to need it. I mean, he's going to want it, but he's not going to need it.
Yeah. Approximately how much do you think I make? Yay!
Let me roll that up for you. You actually... You managed to bring in, between everything, about 20 gold pieces, 17 silver pieces, and almost 100 copper.
20, 17...
We'll say 100 copper.
Okay. It did. Cool. I'm almost back to where I was before.
Nice. Yeah. And you'll just sit there for a moment. You're probably gonna make more before the night's over, just so you know. That's just the initial rush that comes through.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the other three while you're playing music. You taking them to a gun shop? Question mark?
Well, like the blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
It'd have to be a very particular one too. One, is it comes... Oh shoot, what regions would these people come from?
Oh, don't you love being a DM at the same time as you're being a player?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Your own fault.
This is-
You made this character.
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is completely Murray's fault, though. So
This is
all of it
entirely my
is his fault.
Probably one blacksmith that comes from the Dwarven regions, as the Dwarven regions are the tinkerers who tinkered and made the guns in this world.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and festival time, so one is definitely in town. Wouldn't be too hard to find either, because there's probably people going there to buy stuff.
Pass by a blacksmith, no, that's a human. Keep moving. Yeah. Oh, look, a dwarf. We might have good luck here.
When you say dwarf, I say, well, we have those where I come from. And then I see them, and I say, never mind.
I got so excited, I thought we found a similarity for once. Shane, one of these days we're going to have to visit your world.
If you say so.
Part of your world. I'm sorry, what?
Wrong world.
I can show you.
Thank you.
Slaughter your world.
Slaughter your... Anyway.
DMCA.
Oh no! Anyway, yeah.
DMCA strike us.
As you approach, he finishes up with whatever current customer he's currently got, and looks over, and then looks the Warforged up and down.
Not for sale.
And sees the little boy. Oh, but do I wish he was. Stop.
Probably.
You can take a look, but please don't, tinker.
I clasped my hand around the front of his mouth and I'm like,
You should probably not talk around dwarves.
Mm.
Oh, the
I
cat's
believe
out
that
of
was
the
a
bag.
why not.
Well, because they don't talk here. And dwarves are the ones that made you kind here, so...
I'm sorry, but where does he come from?
Place far, far away.
Clearly, because he's talking.
Uh-huh. Our friend here needs something. Not this one, the other one, the shorter one.
Continuing to look Smasher up and down, he turns to you, Deshane, and he goes, "So what can I do for you then?"
I just wanted to look at your wares.
Well, we've got all kinds of stuff. I've got some firearms, some blades. What you looking for?
Let's see the firearms.
And he pulls out some interesting looking, they're guns, but they're, like Callus was telling you earlier, they're not quite nearly the same kind of gun that you use.
All right, I fully check them over. Take my time. In front of the guy who made them, take them apart as if I know exactly how they're made because I am proficient in firearms of all kinds. And then I'm going to set it down on the table and say, kind of an antique.
The look he gives you is kind of offense. Oh, they're brand new. I just made them.
I'm gonna fully and then go zoom, and then set mine down.
Uh-oh,
and it's like,
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, this is a dick measuring contest, literally.
Murray, I'll let you decide on whether or not something comes of this for the future of Dagrauphym. But do you let him touch your guns?
No.
No. He wants to. You can tell he wants to.
When he reaches, I say, "You can look, but don't touch him."
Oh, you bastard.
it's the looking that would do it.
So yeah, he gets down. You actually see him
Why
like
do you
bend
step
down
in your world? I don't understand.
Because it's fun.
And he gives it every angle a solid look that he can. And then he looks up at you and he goes, "So, you're from the same place the talking robot's from?"
No.
No. Interesting.
Listen, how about you and I and the kid here make some bullets, and we'll talk while we do.
All right, man. He walks over to his door, which you guys are currently the only ones in the shop, which is surprising because it's very busy. He walks over to his door, closes it, locks it, and flips a sign so it says closed. And puts up another sign that says, "We'll be back in a couple of hours." And then turns around and says, "All right, you're on. I'll show you how I make bullets for my guns. You show me how you make bullets for yours."
I'm going to look at him directly and say, "I know how you make bullets for your guns." And then I'm going to turn to Callus and draw the other one, the one that's not on the table. And I'm going to empty it of ammunition, and then I'm going to hand it to him. And I'm going to say, one at a time, do your magic. And then I'm going to turn to make bullets with this blacksmith.
Before you turn, I'm like, "Oh, trust me, buddy, you don't know how they make the bullets." And I walk over to one of the guns, empty out the bullets. When Cal says cartridge, it's more of a small round spring that helps assist getting it into the barrel. The thing that projects it is actually pure magic. There's no
magical guns.
Fire cartridge of any kind. The land of high magic. High magic items. It's like every single one of these are projectile through a magical force. All blacksmiths here are enchanters too. That's what makes them so
The dwarf
unique.
gives you a nice big smile and he goes, "Oh, the lad's right."
Do you have anything, hang on, I've got notes on this. We need fuel, an oxidizer, and a stabilizer. Flash powder. Do you have flash powder?
Yeah, goes to a corner and picks up a big barrel, puts it on the thing, and then grabs a couple more things, containers with some stuff, and he goes, "Have at it."
How about alchemist fire?
"Oh, you're in luck, laddie." Turns around, and he opens a cupboard that was locked. He unlocks it first, opens it, and inside this cupboard is just a range of different glass vials full of different stuffs. And he pulls a couple down, puts it in front of you, and you can tell these are alchemist fire. And he goes, "My brother's here with me this time around, and he is an alchemist."
I'm gonna need a casting system that we can utilize. Do you have any smaller caliber projectiles? Deshane, can I see one of your bullets?
I am setting out my Tinkerer's tools and my alms box, which has all of my shit. And I'm going to set out the molds and stuff for all the different ammunition types I'm going to make. And then I give him a bullet.
These are the size of the bullets. I need one a little smaller that would fit in the projectile of this bullet. What we're going to do is we're going to cast a shell. It's going to be a thin membrane so we can fill it with a liquid of some kind.
The harder material. Ooh.
It has to be a harder material, but it needs to be able to break upon impact but still enter into the skin.
And then a flash of understanding comes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You get it
I
now.
pull out one of my my molds, and it's for a piercing shot, and pretty much it's a hollow point that's completely encased with a harder metal inside, so that way when it hits the first target, the metal expands, and then the harder bullet goes all the way through, and I say, use this.
That's gonna work so much better. Hey, Mr. Blacksmith, what's your name?
You can call me Robbie.
Robbie?
My brother, he's Don.
Robbie and Don. I like it. Callus. You can call me Callus.
Pleasure meeting you, little one.
Deshane.
Deshane. And he looks at the Warforged and he goes, I already know you can talk at this point, and I locked my door, so what's your name then?
He's talking to you.
I know. I look over at Callus, just kind of like, you told me to not.
It's okay now. You can with him. He's friendly enough.
Soldier 393 designation smasher? Hello?
So you are a soldier, eh? Good.
But for the same
Well then,
purposes.
let's get working.
Pulls out fucking the axe Callus just made me and just puts it down.
Yeah.
When you do that, he gives that one very strong, admiring look. By the way, it was an orc that made that for you.
Not me.
It was Callus who designed it.
I designed it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So as you can see, I'm the designer. You guys get to do the tinkering part of it. Although I do have this fancy tool.
Pull out my all-purpose tool. I'm like,
So I do get to do a lot of fun little things with stuff. But we're going to give Deshane an upgrade.
Say
Right.
one last thing, Callus.
Yeah.
These are my father's guns. And don't mess with the barrel.
I don't think, to be honest, they're made of a really, really rare metal. And they're made from something that's legendary in and of itself. The guns, I'm not sure I can upgrade that much. Unless we do enchantment stuff. Hey, Robbie, you got any enchantments you can put on them without actually tampering and changing the gun itself?
Well, we can add some
I'm thinking like
what sword I'm looking
force.
for.
Because we use the here in Dagrauphym we use a force enchantment to actually launch a projectile out. Do you think there's a way to add that enchantment to the gun itself along the
Give it a
barrels?
little extra oomph.
Yeah,
Hey.
a little extra oomph.
I've got ideas for that, yeah.
Great. If you
And
can
he
work on
pulls out
that,
another one.
I'll
Another
start
tool set.
working on the bullets. Got alchemist fire. Yeah. Got poison.
Would there be a way, you think, to make the explosion quieter? These guns are really loud.
Like a
I turn
silencer?
and I say, and?
There's a thought, Robbie. Maybe we could put a silencer of some kind.
Oh, hey. Fellas,
Turns and looks at you.
let's focus on making a pack a punch. And I
We'll
pull
make
out-
a pack a punch first. We'll see
Yeah.
about the silence.
That's a thought for later. Let's, you and I, our brains will work on that in the background while we're, creating the punch.
Boom.
This is gonna be a punch everyone is gonna want to drink.
So what we're gonna do is I'm only giving you one at a time because I always have one on me
Yeah.
in case something goes wrong. I'm making piercing shot bullets. We're going to make the alchemist fire bullets. I'm making snake shot.
Is that poison ones? Because I was planning on doing that.
Snake shot, if I remember correctly, is pretty much the equivalent of a shotgun round
Oh.
in a handgun.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what it is. I
Okay,
have
yeah.
I have snake shot in my pistol right now. So yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Blow some holes in some motherfuckers.
I mean, it's like little BBs like that big.
No,
like
but how this
I
is going to be
imagine.
designed?
Well, so I imagine that it's like the Judge. If any of you guys know what the Judge is, which shoots 20 gauge shotgun shells out of a hand pistol. That's what I imagine it at.
Yeah, pretty much. Even worse, because what it's going to be is like 3 to 6, just 3 to 6 balls in there that are just lined up and come spinning out the barrel.
You do,
Punch
like,
a hole
triple
through the
out.
chest. Yeah. Bam!
Right, he's got plenty of materials to make all of this that you guys need here. For this exactly. We'll do some rolls here. You're working on bullets. You don't need to worry about rolling for that. That's actually something you're very skilled at.
Efficient.
Yeah. The alchemist fire bullets, because actually because of the fact that his brother is with him. Don does come down and join you guys. He's a little scruffier looking. He looks like he might be older, but he doesn't talk at all. When he comes down, his brother explains what they're doing and what's going on, and he nods and pulls out his alchemist set, which is very similar to yours, Callus, and starts making more alchemist fire, this time specifically for what you guys were wanting, rather than opening these corks, which might actually result in a big bang and bad things happening. So,
hey, do you have a way of making an acid non-acid based until it's been oxidized?
The look on Don's face was one of those, "Oh, you brilliant kid," and he pushes some notes towards you, and you see that he has actually designed exactly what you just mentioned, but he hasn't made it yet.
Don, we are gonna be best friends. Don't worry, Smasher, you're still my bestest of friends.
Are you trying to make it fit in here?
Opens up the chest.
That's another idea. We're gonna need some glass vials that we can shoot from that chest cavity. But first, the bullets. We need to focus on Deshane's bullets.
Yeah. While you guys
I'm
work,
currently kink making bullets over there. Kink.
yeah. While you guys are working, Bobby. What did I call him again? Robbie. Yeah. Wow.
Robbie and Don.
Robbie and Don. Robbie throws around some ideas concerning what you were just mentioning, and
explosive shots.
and Don starts working on some of that as well.
Incendiary, specifically.
Incendiary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go back to Mixinix quickly here, and then we'll come back to you guys and finish up for the night.
See, you're talking to the right person about
right
guns and whatnot. So, like, we can talk about ammunition and how to do that all day long.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Mixinix. While you are playing music, a couple more guards do come in. They look like they want to cause trouble, but you're making it impossible for them to do so. And as you're playing this music and they're sitting there looking annoyed at the fact that nobody's paying them any attention, the halfling comes over to you and just whispers into your ear as you play, "You know what? Just scratch any leaving of anything, because I really enjoy watching them look so perturbed."
Okay.
And he throws 10 more gold into your hat.
I give him a very knowing look, like, yeah, I knew what was gonna happen when I played, and that's why I said negotiate after.
Yeah. 10 gold's a lot.
It is.
But at the same time, right now it's not that much.
A lot.
But it's worth a lot.
In this place, it's a lot.
The price of things are going up. Yep. It's a lot. Yeah, there you go. You get another... Goodness, the dice are in your favor. You get another 100 gold by the end of the night. Yeah,
What?
like clearly you did something right, but the flow of people in this tavern is almost like word has gotten around that there's good music here.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun. Is like there was a slight lull, so I start playing outside in the front, and getting people to come in that way. And once the traffic starts moving again, I go back in.
Yeah, you
I'm a very boppity musician.
Yeah, through the rest of this evening, you have brought this man quite an extensive amount of wealth for this location. For Dagrauphym in general, to be honest. This is probably the...
Talking to myself, sorry.
But yeah, that would be the end for you, Mixinix, at this point. you'll have the option to go back, and you will actually get back to the house, to Luna and your Landriel before the rest of everyone. So, what would you like to do when you step inside?
Hard at work.
I do want to get this stuffed animal from the guy.
Oh yes, you can stop there. He looks like he has no intention of closing up his stall or whatnot, and you could tell that some other people had tried and failed miserably to repeat your performance. As he sees you approaching, he kind of glares for a moment and goes, "Want to give it another try?"
How about we make a deal? I don't do that again. We come up with a fair price, and you give me that stuffy. It's for a baby.
A gold.
Hands it off. Making a point to like make sure it's like not the big coin first that everything is in, just like a little.
Okay. Good call.
I have the sides. I've been keeping it divvied. And just kind of
good call.
Okay, here you go.
He takes it, kind of gives you a brief suspicious look, but bites the gold, goes, good, and pulls off the stuffed animal that's the most adorable and hands it to you.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see you doubt my integrity and walk away.
Do you say that to him?
Oh, I'm saying that out loud.
Yeah, he kind of chuckles and he goes, "You don't see many of these days." Which you have literally a pouch full of them right now, so...
I'm not saying a damn thing.
Alright, back to the house for you.
Yep. I walk in, and...
Edgar has returned at this point.
Explosive diarrhea in his pants.
And he's currently sitting in front of a fireplace. He does look like he lost again, but this time not nearly as badly as the last time. And he's just kind of sitting there relaxed with a big mug of some kind of alcohol in his hands. That stein you gave him has been closed off again and is currently set on the mantelpiece. And he looks over and he goes, welcome back.
Yeah, nice to see you in One Piece? One Piece? Did we make it in One Piece?
Yeah. One Piece. You can tell he seems a little exhausted.
Yep, this is for the baby.
Oh, look at how adorable it is. Yeah, he's over there.
I'm not quite tall enough to get it.
Oh, Luna's with him right now, don't worry.
Okay. Don't need to try climbing it. We all know how.
He looks like he's barely holding on to consciousness at this point. In the other room.
I'm getting to bed.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
But in the other room, you actually see Luna currently. It looks like she had just changed your laundry out of his previous whatever, and has something new put on now, and she's just shaking him to sleep. She looks up and he goes, "Oh, welcome back, Mixie Nix. Did you have good success?"
I did. This is
Oh, look at this.
This is for him.
Oh, you're just showering him in gifts. Thank you so much. Yeah, she takes it and she puts it inside his cot and then very gently puts him down next to it. And you can see he is out cold. The baby is sound asleep. And she looks over and she goes, "I'm going to stay up for the others, but if you'd like, I have set aside one of the rooms for you to sleep in. There is only one room, so you're all going to have to share it, but it's sizable enough for all of you to fit in."
I appreciate that. I need some sleeps.
Yes, you've had a long day and showered us in gifts. Come. She leads you to the room, and she's set up several little places for blankets and whatnot for you guys to sleep in, and a bed if you wanted to take the bed.
Nope, I'm taking like the plushiest looking pillow and blankets, and just nesting in my shield like normal.
Which as you do, Pip kind of grows a little bit extra and then wraps himself around you a little bit. And you feel that warm, comfortable feeling both outside and inside. And when he does that, she kind of looks, and then walks out and closes the door softly behind her.
Good night, Pip.
And at that point, you fall right to sleep.
Yep.
Right to sleep. The rest of you, on the other hand, you make every single type of bullet you're trying to make, and Dawn does actually successfully make that acid that you were talking about. Callus.
The acid one. I have one more I'd like.
There are only 5 bullets available for it, though. So you have 5 rounds of the acid shots. What's the other thing you wanted to make?
I would like to use my 4 level 1 spell slots to imbue 4 bullets with Thunder Wave.
Oh yeah. With Robbie's help, that's super easy for you to do. Actually,
because I don't think I'd be able to do that by myself. But
with Robbie's help,
with these people, they would be able to help.
Absolutely. Yeah, he sees what you're doing and he's like, "Well, that's a good idea." So you get 4 rounds of bullets that cast Thunder Wave when they hit.
And I will send you, Deshane, the stats for what that would look like. It's essentially a con 17 save, 2d8 thunder damage. And if they fail the save, they get launched back 15 feet. That's everything within 15 feet gets pushed back.
Yep.
All right, DM. How many snake shot and how many piercing rounds?
How many snake shot did you want to make?
That's a dangerous question.
I have so many bullets, guys. I have so many.
You have choices.
He's geared out.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 50 of each.
Looks like Smasher's gonna have to get down in that bag again.
And then what about the alchemist fire?
The alchemist fire? That one actually was surprisingly easy for them to make. Dawn seems quite versed in making alchemist fire. In fact, Callus, you can tell that he hardly even seems to pay attention to what his hands are doing when he makes alchemist fire. That's how well versed he is at it. Yep. So you can get 50 rounds of the alchemist fire rounds as well. Easily. He also
fucking dudes up, guys.
He also goes so far
on all this.
Yeah,
good.
He also goes so far as to make these glass balls that fit perfectly in Smasher's chest piece, filled with alchemist fire. And one of them with this special type of acid. So you got 5 of the balls of alchemist fire and 1 ball of acid that you can launch. And you see what it fits so perfectly. You actually, Smasher, you feel like this would be super easy to just pop in, launch out. And you also get the feeling, you get the feeling that when he took the measurements for your hole to do this, he took a few extra and might have figured out how to make that chess piece in the process. Maybe. I'll let Murray roll for that one, though. I'll let Murray roll for that one.
After I get done making bullets, as a form of payment for these gentlemen, I asked them for a piece of paper and something to sketch with. And I'm going to sketch them out the equivalent of yes, the starter pistols that gunslingers are given final guns, which is just the equivalent of a double action revolver. So
Well, there you have it, folks.
You did this to yourself.
Murray made it possible, and Deshane just literally inserted revolvers into a high magic world.
I'm going to, as I slide the paper over, say, as payment for the times when magic just isn't going to cut it. You can call it the R&D special.
The dwarf claps down on the piece of paper, and he looks up at you and he goes, "Oh, lad, this is worth far more than any gold I could ever hold. Thank you."
I think we just broke Dagrauphym. Oh well.
When he puts this stuff away, you actually see him take out a case with several different locking mechanisms on it. He turns so that you can't see him unlock it, opens it, puts that paper in there, closes it, and then relocks it up, puts it in another box, locks that up, and then shoves that into a closet, which he closes and locks.
Appropriate.
You get the feeling that if he makes these, he's going to be the one that makes them.
That's why I called it the R&D special, the Robbie and Don special.
Nice.
R&D special, Robbie and Don. That was a good... I didn't even pick that up until you just said it. That's perfect. I was literally thinking research and development. Yeah, of course. Nope, Robbie and Don. Perfect.
I saw R&D as research and development.
Oh, their names fit so much better.
They do. They are so good.
I didn't even intend to do that. Well, there you have it. And then you guys can head on back.
We do.
Head on back. At
what have you done to my gun, good sir?
Oh, speaking of, he did enchant your guns. There's a, not on the barrel, on the handles, because you said don't mess with the barrels. He does add this gold embroidering enchantment, dwarvish runes, which look very similar to the runes that you've seen the first one use, but they're dwarvish instead. So there's subtle differences and whatnot. But essentially, he did what Callus suggested, the whole adding force damage to it, or extra damage to the force of it. And on one side of it, you also notice, and he'll tell you about this, he goes, I did add a silencer as well. So feel free to utilize it if you want to. It's not always active like this enchantment is. All you have to do is whisper. Anything. I haven't attuned it yet to any word specifically. You choose what you want to whisper to it. And the first time you did it, it will always be that.
Skeet, motherfucker.
It's going to be something edgy, I know it.
Oh, edgelord as hell, if I ever use it. Probably not. Deshane is quite nearly deaf. Like, that's how often he's been around firearms that he's just like... There's
That's
just
why
a
we needed silence. That's what I was trying to do.
There's just a constant...
Your damage, by the way, goes up to 2d8 is pretty good. I'll have to think on how far up it goes, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Tell me,
but it does go up. Yeah, it does go up. It's not going to be just 2d8.
It's going to be fun.
I can figure out what that's going to be.
Heading back to the house, Kaz just sitting on the platform.
We got Smasher upgraded. You upgraded.
I'm keeping my head on a swivel while he's falling asleep because I know those pickpockets are around.
All right, roll a perception roll for me, Smasher.
I'm also good doing that because I'm just looking for an excuse to use these guns.
14.
14.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oof. Yeah, there is one of them who starts following you the moment you guys walk out, but he clearly wasn't paying attention and just started as he saw you guys moving, and he ran right into someone else who was carrying a bunch of pot and pans, and you just hear this massive commotion behind you guys as pots and pans go flying everywhere. He rolled a 1.
Starts. And turns around to him.
The look on his face is pure panic. He looks at the person he ran into who's cursing at him, cursing up a storm. There's a guard starts walking this direction from across the road. All 3 of you actually notice another couple men start walking this direction, and he just goes, shit. And he turns around and runs. Everyone is watching.
Stop. It's okay. It's just an alarm system in our automaton that allows us to know if things are being picked. Don't talk.
He didn't vocalize anything. That's true. Speaking of, they are actually watching the guy running.
Oh. Let's get him. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get
absolutely. Despite the noise that Smasher was making, absolutely no one was paying attention to him because he was pointing at the guy running, and everyone was like, "Look at that guy!"
So at a dash speed of 90 feet, I go after him. So Callus is like,
after him.
After him? No, we're not going. I don't want to go after him. It's like,
oh, I thought you said follow.
We're going to the house. No.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. I thought your direction was like, go get him.
And so then come running back.
No, I'm out of spells and I'm too tired to kill someone today. Let's do it tomorrow.
Callus falls asleep on his back.
We walk back to the place.
All right, you get there with
some Z's.
No problems. And Luna ends up showing you guys, at this point, she has dragged. She woke him up and helped him up to his bed. But her husband is in bed now. And she shows you guys to the room she set aside for you. You see Mixie Nix completely out cold in her shield. Just blankets warm and a big pillow. Out cold. The big bullet currently... Go for it.
She's got Mr. Stuffles.
There you go. The big bullet is currently her pillow.
It is like a full body pillow.
Yeah. There is a bed.
That image is amazing.
There is a bed and there is 2 spots for others. But when Luna opens the door and lets you guys in, she goes, I'm going to be honest, Smasher. I'm not exactly sure why I put a spot out for you. I don't think you rest the same way others do, I would suspect.
I still appreciate the effort.
Well, you're welcome. And there you go.
I take my bedroll and kind of push it over Callus's to make him a larger nest, and then kind of pack him into the nest.
And that leaves Deshane with the bed.
Turn into a bear.
I take off my clothing and stuff. And then as I set it down on something, I set it on the chair and the chair creaks because everything I have weighs over 100 pounds. And I go to sleep.
All right. And that is where we are going to call it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone going to bed at Luna and Edgar's.
We
with your
upgraded your guns.
Upgraded. Yay.
Yes. And I'll get new damage for you. I gotta figure out what would be better than 2d8. But
strong.
Not excessively better than 2d8, because 2d8 is pretty darn good.
Stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger.
And everyone else, we shall be seeing you tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, he does
Lovely
sleep
March
naked.
Valheim.
One last week, folks, and then it's break time. Now it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
Holiday break time. We all
Yep.
get
Yay.
to rest up and relax a bit. Yay.
Indeed. And
Excitement
and
about
Mixie Nix is both IRL and in-game falling asleep, so
Yeah, so let's...
we will
let's
see
take a
you
break.
all later
Yes.
We love you all.
so that we can all sleep.
Thanks for
Good
being
night.
here.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.